What's up, people? How's everybody doing out there? Good morning. Bus stop live check-in. Not from the bus stop. Not from the bus stop today, but or like a month of this. I don't know what I'm going to do in the fall because there are 2 bus stops in the fall. I guess we would still have to do the elementary school bus stop, but I don't know. My routine's about to get very different. And it's an unfortunate year for the first, because I'm going to be away for a trial if this doesn't go as planned. And, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, how's everybody doing out there? What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Nice to see the crowd here. As always, bus stop live check-in. Yay, not in jail. No, it's not in jail. No. They're not going to, I suppose they could try to put me in jail for the trial. They tried to do that with Karen Reed. You never know with these fucks. So got to be on my best behavior as always. And yeah, there's that. So if anybody wants to have their messages read, Turtle Chat is linked to the top, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy last night. Yeah, I'm not going to jail. Thank you. Exactly. There you go. It's just like, why would I go to jail? The only reason I went to jail at all was because I had my bail revoked, because Brian Tully coerced a woman who was mad at me, or just convinced her that I assaulted her when no such thing occurred. So that's basically it. And the whole thing was set up. There was a fake grand jury summons given to her that, of course, they knew she would send to me and be like, we got to talk about this. And then, of course, I'm going to want to talk about that. And of course, I have questions like, what's going on here? Or what happened? And how do they know who you are? Like all that shit. Of course, I'm going to have questions about that. And the whole thing was just set up to charge me with witness intimidation. But anyway, I got out. And then I have been doing this for over 2.5 years. It's been over 2.5 years since I got out of jail. Or actually in August, it'll be 2.5 years. But you know what I mean. Long time coming. So anyway, I don't see, it's like, you're not going to convict me. You're not going to convict me because I did not commit a crime. So that's the beauty of not committing crimes, is it's impossible to prove that you did commit a crime. And especially when you better believe I'm taking a stand. Like, you're crazy if you're not. So holy shit, Genuine starting us off right, buying 50 memberships for people. How about that, folks? How about that? Thank you, Genuine. For the 50 people who won them, don't forget to re-up. All right, don't forget to re-up at the end of the month. You got to renew that on your own. Hope you enjoy your membership. You'll get a Friday stream no one else gets. You get to be in green. You get cool shit. A lot of you people are being revealed right now. Some of you might be lurkers that never commented before, and now everyone's seeing you're in the chat. But that's okay. Anyway, let's get petty. So yesterday, I don't watch Randall's show on the regular, but it came up on my algorithm. Like, yesterday triggered a lot of these people. They got very triggered yesterday, a lot of them. And it triggered Crawford to the point that he felt like having Krusty on. Things are going well when you have, legal expert Krusty is on here. What do you got to say? So anyway, Randall had on BLT and Crawford, and Laura from London always is showing me monetization. And she's like, when you swear, you get restricted with the ads. You got to stop swearing because you're costing yourself money. Every time you swear, it's literally like a swear jar, except it's a lot more than coins. Like, every time I swear, you would get less and less ad revenue. Apparently that's how it works. Like, so YouTube is like incentivizing good behavior, but I feel like that's a challenge. Like, I can, because it's uncouth to swear. It's beneath me, There's just no reason. I can make my point without it. So I'm going to try. Why do I swear? Why do people swear? You swear when you get fired up about something, but I feel like I could control that, I feel like that's something I can control. I can express the same outrage, etc., without, doing that. So anyway, let's just jump right on and watch some of this. It apparently is 10 hours long. This is how you grift. 10 hours. I mean, first you had legal consultant Jay Brill, okay, which is great. There he is. Oh, then he's watching JFK. Love it. I like to do that myself. Watch my old shit, critique it. Awesome. Probably talking about recordings and will and whatever. Oh, and then Cryford comes on. And I don't know who got him this haircut, but they should be fired like forever and never be allowed to give haircuts again. He looked better when he was just looked like a homeless man. I don't know who cut his hair. It's so bad. But anyway, he has BLT on too. Let's put it on 1.5 speed. Right. And obviously I'm not watching the whole thing. I'm going to jump around.
Like getting sued by somebody that doesn't have any money. You know, this is a much bigger deal. Yeah, I mean, you know,
they'll have the advantage. And I think that's the game to call. Saying to get to 20 years, I think honestly to them it's just a guilty in some type of time to put a stamp on we were right.
And yeah, the media story. They want 6 months of media coverage, a breather for once, than the first time in 3.5 years for them.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it is. It's a narrative. You are so right on that.
You know what I mean? And I think, and then
maybe he should take that deal. I mean, I don't want to see it because I want to broadcast a trial. But I mean, what would you do? What would you do if they offered you 2.5 years?
I mean, that's a tough one, right? Let me just say,
that's a tough one. It's not tough at all. How about no years? How about that? How about nothing? How about I get acquitted and walk out the courthouse steps with my hands in the air? How about that? How about that instead? How about I do that? I'm going to go with that. How about I defend my freedoms in the First Amendment because I've committed no crimes? How about that? I mean, what are these people talking about? Like 2.5 years? Oh, yeah, it's just 2.5 years. You just plea to it. Oh, yeah, I'll just do that. I'll leave my house and my kids and my family and everything I know and my ability to earn a living and all that. I'll just do that. And, whatever.
Yes, to add to what you just said. Exactly. A breathing spot for the media takes it. Now there's a breather spot, right? For them, they can breathe a little bit, take a deep breath. That's the first purpose, right? To kind of put, let's all take a breath after 4 years of this shit. And the second thing is there's no backstory behind it. Like, we're going to appeal this to the Supreme Court and this and that, because the time the time you do that, he's going to be out of jail, wrapped up. He's going to be in jail. Like, you're not even like that process is going to take.
Yeah, it takes like 3 to 5 years, sometimes 20, 30. It's crazy.
He'll be home by then, and then they'll have the advantage. And I think that's the game the Commonwealth is doing. Like, listen, we're going to put the pressure on you to you're either going to cop out to a bid or we're going to give you a bid. And we're still not going to smoke you because we want you.
What pressure are they putting on me, Randall? Have you seen Robert Cosgrove? Do you think he's putting a lot of pressure on me? There's been no talks, by the way, of deals. Robert Cosgrove doesn't care about this at all. He's literally going through the motions. Did you see the first trial with Lindsay, in which I was acquitted by a judge, a bench trial, by the way, that we chose? We will not choose you do it on the judge. I prefer a jury trial when it comes to this one. I knew that Pomeroy was going to acquit me. I knew it. So I went with a bench trial on that one. This one, I don't trust Belizos to acquit me. Would you? Would you put your life in his hands? I wouldn't. He can be the referee, which is basically what the judge is. Refs can be unfair sometimes. But you got to win the game. You can't blame it on the refs. We're going to win the game, period.
To do your time, to get out to where you can't even be inside and to be like on the comeback, like there's an appeal and he just got bail again and they're taking it back and then it puts a black eye on him again. No, they want you to do all your time to the point where maybe you might wave the white flag in appeals and say, all right, I did my time. I'm home. I'm not even fighting this shit no more. You know what I mean? I mean, they're playing games with you, man. They're playing. The Commonwealth gets creative.
He's in what you say. He's in the scope. I mean, that's it. He's in the scope. You're in the system now, Turtle, Aiden. And this is a different ball game. This isn't like getting sued by somebody that doesn't have any money. This is a much bigger deal.
Ooh, much bigger deal.
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is too, like you have this election coming up, the primary for the DA, September 1st. His leverage is probably bigger before September 1st because DA Morrissey wants who to win, and having Turtle agree to a plea deal probably helps them with that election. So
wait, what?
He might have some leverage there. He might have a little leverage, Aiden.
Wait, what? Plea? So I should make a deal in which I plead guilty, go to jail, and in exchange, I what do they want in return? I have to endorse Greg Connor. Is that, I mean, this is the level of retardation we've reached now. Okay. This is wild.
Think about it.
He said
Oh,
that
think
he's
about it.
going to get
yeah.
on the stand.
Yes.
What do you feel about that? The
Crazy.
trial.
Like he said two things today. He said two things besides getting aggravated that I had KP on my show. He said,
Oh, so you listened to the 10-minute video I did, because of course you did. I did a brief 10-minute video walking around. This is probably an hour afterwards. Of course you watched it. Of course you did, because you can't get off of me. You are obsessed. You can't stop watching me. And so I did say two things. So watch this when they talk about should he take the stand. Now, spoiler alert, from a legal perspective, this is a no-brainer. Even Betterow agrees. Betterow does not like putting clients on the stand. He's like against it. Tim could go either way. He put Kelsey on the stand, right? Betterow, when he was briefly on the Reed team, was like against the whole putting Karen on the stand idea. He did not like that idea because he's old school, you know. But with me, he is conceded, and I'll say this out loud. I don't care. Like, he is conceded, and Brados agrees that we have no choice. Like, it's not an option because of the statute. The statute says that in order to be convicted of witness intimidation, the government has to prove your intent, that your intent was to intimidate witnesses to the point where it interfered with an ongoing criminal proceeding, aka the Canton retrial. The burden is on them to prove that. In a world in which I don't testify, my intent, they will have to attempt to show my intent, right? And they will show that video I showed you last night. They will show the clip of that video where it says, where I say that I don't want this to go to trial. And they're going to say that's his intent. He was trying to stop the trial. We cannot legally introduce the rest of that video unless I'm on the stand. During cross-examination, you can't do that. I have to be on the stand for that. In order for all the videos to be introduced, you can't just play them in court like Hank did, right? And say, we're going to have movie time now. You have to have someone on the stand playing them and then pause the videos to ask them questions about the comments that I make. There's no choice. You have to do it. If I don't define my intent, who's going to define my intent? Jennifer McCabe is. Jennifer McCabe is going to get up there, and Chris Albert's going to get up there. And we know this because they said it at the grand jury. They were all asked at the grand jury, why do you think he's doing this? And they all collectively said, he's doing this because I'm a witness in the Karen Reed case, and he does not want me to testify. That was the script. All of them said that, except for one. The only person who didn't say that was Colin Albert, because he's retarded. Colin Albert was asked, they're literally giving alley-oops. Like, why do you think he said this? He's doing this because I'm a witness in the case and he doesn't want me to testify. Boom, slam dunk. That's all. You're just supposed to dunk it. Okay. Colin Albert, they threw the ball up for him and they said, why do you think Turtle Boy wants to do this? And he just stood there on the ground and he's like, I don't know what his problem is. I don't know. That guy's weird. That's all he said. Like, he fucked, and no one's allowed in the grand jury to coach him. So that's all he said. So anyway, let's see what these legal geniuses have to say.
Two things of substance that I thought. Number one, he said, and this was this is what I predicted, because it's really his only chance. The judge he would find him guilty, I believe. So he announced he's going definitely jury trial. So I think that's a good shot. I think that's smart, going jury trial, because he could have some turtle riders on there. He could get a hung jury easily. It's a good possibility. So jury trial, he said he's doing that. That was right on the mark. And then he said, what did you just say? He said he was going to testify.
He said he's going to get on the stand. Yeah.
If they do that, they're insane.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know he's that insane, but
so Mark Betterow is not as smart as Mike Crawford. Mark Betterow is okay with me being on the stand. He's got the green light. Mike Crawford thinks that's bad. He's like, no. Mike Crawford's like, that's insane to do, because he would know. He's illegal. Let me just look at him. He picks up dog shit for a living. That guy knows the law. He knows courts. He knows his way around a courtroom. He's an expert, don't you know? Way smarter than Betterow.
lawyers need to
I think he
to say
wants
no, bro. I know. And I think that's like, he thinks he's going to be like an Afro Man. Afro Man got on the stand. That's just like the only time I've ever seen it work on that. Like, I think it would be the worst thing ever.
It's the only time you've ever seen it work on that. A month prior, Kelsey Fitzsimmons got on the stand, and she was one of the greatest witnesses I've ever seen in her own defense. What are you talking about?
I think that would just seal his fate. Like,
yeah. I mean,
what do you think? What do you think?
Nan says he's not getting on the stand. Of course, I think that as far as his lawyers are
Oh,
going
Nan
to ain't getting on that stand.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't let him testify before, right? He pled the fifth when he.
I think he's going to fight that tooth and nail. I think that's his whole thing. I think he wants to get on the stand. Like, if he goes out, he wants to go out in a blaze of glory. He wants to go out like he wants that whole shit, man.
I know.
Like, there's something deep down inside this guy that wants.
He wants to be that guy.
He wants to be this. Like,
I mean, you almost have to admire the insanity of it. Like, it's just like, dude, you're that committed to this bullshit to be in the.
Okay, so couple things there. Number one, he actually says about that. Well, he took the fifth in the trial. You know why I took the fifth, Cryford. Everybody knows why I took the fifth. I didn't really take the fifth. I said I would take the fifth. If you insist on putting me on the stupid witness list and calling me, I will take the fifth. Because if I testified, if I was on, even if I'm on the witness list, even if I don't testify and they don't call me, which they weren't going to do, then I couldn't do my show during the trial. And then people would have to watch you. And I don't want it. That's cruel and unusual punishment to make you the alternative. Like I couldn't do that to my own followers. I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't do it. It's mean. So no. I mean, this is like basic shit. The whole like why Turtle Boy, said he would take the fifth if called. That's basic shit, bro. It's like, what are you talking about? It wasn't my trial. I was in Canton. I would love to take the theater of that would have been amazing. Me getting to punk down Hank Brennan, but it ain't worth what it costs. I made a lot of money during the trial. I don't know how much, but way more than I normally did. And I wasn't even monetized, and I could make money off that trial because of the turtle chats every night. They were good. Remember how long turtle chats used to take? Holy shit. Speaking of, if you feel like having your message heard out loud to the class, click at the bottom for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me $, Uncle Turtle Boy, and we can do it that way. But anyway, that's some really astute legal analysis there. And of course, you have Nan. You got Nan there. He's not going to take this in. Screenshot that one. I'm going to screenshot that. We're going to screenshot that one from my trial. He's not going to take the stand. Like, we need to start documenting all this shit, because when I win, not if, when I win, and when I'm acquitted or whatever happens here, we are going to have the biggest and baddest FU to all these people, all of them. Oh,
but it's late. You should have did that shit in your 20s, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing.
I mean?
That's what I said when I got, when things got hairy with him, when, I felt like he was involving me in some shit, that I said, I'm too old for this shit.
Oh, this is when I ruined his Christmas. This is when I ruined his Christmas. You tried to remember that meltdown he had? Drool was coming out of his mouth, and he's like, "You ruined my Christmas. You sent me an audio, and you were trying to get me charged with conspiracy with intimidation." Mike, nobody cares about you. Nobody was trying to frame you. Brian Tully doesn't care about you. Again, reminder with this guy. This guy contacts me August of 2023, asks me to come on his show that no one's watching. I do. He gets 10 times the amount of viewers he's ever had before. Okay. Because he realizes my coverage of the Karen Reed case is catching on. It's popular. A lot of people, I'm right. Turtle Boy was right. Even like a liberal like him has to admit that a Trump guy like me, right, is right about this, and he can't deny it. So he has me on, and he starts following, and then he just starts doing the Canton Select Board meetings. He streams that. He gets into it. He's all in. And then I get arrested. And on Christmas, I sent him the audio recording of Lindsay and me. Why did I do that? Because I'm seeing my name on social media as being like there's a warrant out for my arrest for domestic violence. And I know that there is more to the story that is not being told. And I can't tell it. I can't go online and post it myself. I'm on the run. There's a warrant out for my arrest. I can't do that. So I have in my possession an audio which shows a completely different version of what happened than what is being portrayed in the media. And I'm like, well, somebody's got to play this. And like, this guy seems into this shit. Let's send it to him. And he's like, you tried to set me up. Bitch, you're not that important. Other people, Will ended up playing it. I ended up just doing it myself. I put it out there. Right? Because I wanted it fucking heard. Because you're too much of a pussy. He went online and he was like, I just listened to the audio. Wow, Aiden was framed. Blah, blah, blah. But I guess that ruined. And then I go to jail. And the next day, Krusty messages him. And he's like, you're next. We know he sent it to you. We know you're next. You're going down. And what did he do? See, if some ratchet like that messaged me and was like, you're going down, I'd be like, where's your kids? Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, who are you? Like, you think I'm going to be punked down by somebody that lost their kids? Get out of here. Like, I'm going to be bullied by you? Get out of here. But me and him are built differently. He did allow himself to be bullied by Krusty. And instead of standing up for himself, he went online and he did this hostage video type thing where he said, everybody be nice to the witnesses. Nobody mention Lindsay's name, right? And most importantly, maybe Karen Reed did do it. Maybe Karen Reed did do it. They're making some good points I never thought of before. That's who he is. Like what you're seeing right now, don't be surprised. He showed us who he was then. And I heard about what happened, and I think he expected me to lash out at him, and I didn't. And I got out of jail and whatever, you know, for the movement. I'm like, let's just all work in unison together. And he has Bettero on. And, you know, Bettero builds his channel up immensely. And then Recording Gate happens, and you saw his true colors. The true colors of Cryford came out then. That's who he is. He is a weak-minded follower who, you know, had me on his show. Why? Because he wanted views, because he recognized that I was right. And he had to suck it up. And he took shit for that from people like Kim Fair and people like that. Because he was friends with Kim Fair. Don't forget that. He was pals with Kim Fair. And so he will, you know, it's not surprising. Were you surprised he's having Krusty on? Of course he's having Krusty on. That's all he's got. Who else is going to come on his show for a legal analysis? He can't get a lawyer. He can't get like a real lawyer. Don't say Nan. Stop it. Stop it. Like a real lawyer. Like a real criminal defense attorney. You're not going to get that. So he's got to have Krusty. It's not surprising. This is who he is.
Even if I was 20 years old, I'm fucking 50 plus. Like, I ain't got the time for this shit. Like,
no, time is everything. Time is valuable.
Yeah.
Mike, it's not going to be good for him when Jen McCabe gets on the stand and starts crying in front of the jury.
Oh, yeah.
Media.
How about Colin Albert talking about?
So it's going to be bad when because Jen McCabe's very convincing. How many people did she convince at Karen Reed's trial with her crying? Oh, right. None. Zero people believed her. Zero. So you got that going, you know. Oh, but he's like, I think Colin Albert's going to be a problem. Why?
Georgia State College, and how a lot of the accusations went from Colin to Higgins, right? I mean,
what?
I mean, you know, I'll tell you this, man. It's like you separate the cases. You know, Kate was talking about it today. It's like one thing don't have to do with another in the court's eyes, and that's the route they're going. But that's the route they're trying to portray. But in fact, they 1000% want that guilty to put the stamp on. Hey, Karen got away because of this fucking guy right here.
That's true.
That's the only reason, and that's got to be the.
That is what they want. That is the only reason that they're doing this. Is they're mad. This is why JFK is the only one, or Randall, as we call him, is the only one up here with any sort of brain. That is 100% true. That is why they're going forward with this, because nothing else makes sense. They lost miserably on June 18th. They could walk away, or they could double down. They went into the casino with $1,000. They lost $500 within a couple minutes, right? And now they could just walk away with $500, or you could put all on red. And that's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing. They are doubling down and hoping. But what they don't realize is if it's not red, which it's not going to be, then you have nothing left. You've lost everything then. You've lost another jury has rejected your fake tears if that happens. Yeah, we can do that.
Story. They got to go through with it. And, you know, and I don't know who's going to come in between this story. I don't know. Will something come between it? It's looking that it's trending in a way that it's going to be a trial. And I think, you know, he needs to just, if I was him, I would take this more serious. I would put different energies out there.
I assure you, Randall, I am taking this quite seriously, sir. Behind the scenes, the most important thing that came out of yesterday was the meeting that I had with my attorneys afterwards, which lasted several hours. And I'm looking forward to more and more of those meetings and discussions as we prepare for trial and get more serious about this. And we will have a very organized defense. You don't think we're going to dot every I and cross every T? You don't think Betterow is going to be prime Betterow for this trial? Because who gets to cross-examine Jennifer McCabe? Who got her in the draft? That would be Mark Betterow. He's going, I'm telling you, he's going to cross-examine her. We'll see. Got to put Lizzie Proctor on the stand. Elizabeth Proctor, who will probably be called Miss Siracusa by the time trial comes around, who will have to explain why she's a victim of witness intimidation when she called up a woman's employer and tried to have her fired. Why? What did the woman do? The woman commented that Michael Proctor is corrupt and should not be a cop. That turned out to be prophetic, didn't it? That turned out to be kind of true. And in order to silence that voice, Elizabeth Proctor called her employer up to try to have her fired. And then what was the witness intimidation that Elizabeth Proctor suffered? I put a link to her employer's Facebook page and Twitter account in a blog. And I said, if you don't like this person's behavior, feel free to tell their employer, which is free speech, which is the exact same thing that she tried doing to this woman who will be a witness at trial. We have a lot of witnesses. We have a big, big witness list because these people have left a trail. There is a whole story that is going to be told if they're going to bring this to trial. If you want the whole picture, you can see it. The intimidation and the bullying came from the McAlberts. That is what they did to the townspeople of Canton for years. They control that town. They do whatever they want. They reach the point, they control the police department. Chris Albert's on the Board of Selectmen, which oversees the police department. Kevin Albert is the detective on the police department. Sean Good, a racist anti-Semite, is a sergeant promoted on the police department. Michael Lank is involved in how many incidents? One in which he bit a man. What happens? He is promoted not once, but twice. He is now Lieutenant Lank. That is how the town of Canton works, right? And the people, Karen Reed's not from Canton. She's not from anywhere near Canton, which is why this was so easy to pin it on her. She was the victim of corruption, bullying, and intimidation. They tried to take her life away. I am the guy who came along and attempted to save her. That was my dib, because it wasn't just about her. It was about, you can't do this to someone. It was about what it represented. You can't allow this to happen. We're not going to allow this to happen. So that's what I did. I came in. That is the story that is going to be painted at trial. And we're going to have witnesses that are going to help us get there. And you're going to see it. You don't think we're planning this out, Randall? I'm taking this very seriously, sir. But go on.
And I would, look at this from a different lens, because this is no joke. This is no joke. You go to Shirley Max, bro. That shit is no joke. You walk into Shirley Max, bro, you're not understanding that situation. You're going to Shirley Max, Lancaster.
I love how this guy, his whole hood routine, like, Randall, you got to stop. You've never been to Shirley Max. You've never been there. You weren't incarcerated. What are you talking about? I'm embarrassed for you. You were never. I get it. You're from Lynn. You're a rapper. You're from the streets, right? We get it. You're a real hood, man. We're all very impressed by your 50-year-old retired flat-brimmed hat hood booger routine. It's very authentic. We get it, man. We get it. You know about Shirley Max, even though you've never been there before. We get it, man. We get it, bro. Okay? But you've never actually stepped inside that prison, so you don't actually know anything about what it's like to be like in Shirley Max. I do, because I have friends that are COs there. Okay. And I know I'm never going to Shirley Max. That's for, by the way, over 2.5 years. I will never step foot in that prison, ever, because I will never be convicted. But let's see what he's got to say let's see the street guy. He did a whole thing where he was like, he's not even from here. He's from Holden, Okay, well, first of all, I'm from Worcester. Okay. Moving to Holden was a sign of my success in life, because that's in Worcester. When you're successful, you move to Shrewsbury or Holden. That's like your two options. If you're really successful, you move to Shrewsbury. If you're mildly successful, you move to Holden. That's what Worcester people do. You're not from Worcester, so you don't know the culture. Worcester is very different from Boston. We are the second largest city in New England. I'm not going to act like it's some gangster paradise out here, but it's rugged. Okay. The Worcester Public Schools, which raised me, and they're like no, there was fights all the time and shit. I wasn't involved in any of them, but I watched it all. Like, it was crazy. My kids don't grow up with that. There's no fights in the Holden Public Schools. It's a very different world, right? But I'm not going to act out here. I'm like some hardo because I'm from Worcester. That's not like some badge I wear on my fucking shoulder. Like, Worcester's a dump. Like it is. I couldn't wait to get out of Worcester, but that is where I'm from, for whatever that's worth. Okay. And this guy is out here acting like he's not even from Boston. Neither are you. You're from Lynn. That's half an hour away. Okay. With the amount of traffic you get there, we're talking 45 minutes. It's an hour for me. You just jump on the pike and you're in Boston. But I don't like going to Boston because there's no parking there. Why would I want to go to Boston? Boston sucks ass. The way that city was designed, like New York runs. New York works. It's a grid. Boom, boom, boom. The traffic lights are aligned. Boston is a clusterfuck. Legend says that the roads there were made by cow trails, like the path of cows that they would go on, right? Nothing makes sense in Boston. Why would I want to go to Boston to pay more for shit when I can go to Worcester and it's significantly cheap? Everything's cheaper. There's parking everywhere. I never pay to park in Worcester ever. Some people do, not me. Why would I want to be around Mike Giannetti? Exactly. Like, why would I want to do any of that? Anyway, go on, Randall. What else you got to say?
And to boot, my dude, you're going there with a girl that you put charges against, that has all the paperwork that you put charges against her. What? So no matter what, Meredith, you think she's 5150 now. She's going to be 5155.
I'm going to jail with Meredith. What are you talking about? That I put charges on? The Holden police put charges on her because she wiretapped me. And she's done significantly more than that. So quite frankly, to me, that's the tip of the iceberg about what she's done. But we don't need to relitigate that, Randall. You should maybe actually see what you did and you'll understand.
You go to fucking Lancaster and she got paperwork on you. That paperwork is going to funnel through that system and your bid is going to be rough. It's like, bro, come on. What are we doing? I'm just telling you, man. Listen, I got no stake in the case, bro. Listen, this is my thumbnail, my dude. My thumbnail is this, man. This is my thumbnail of the day right here. I put this up earlier. It's right here, man. People go to court every day, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the thumbnail. It's beautiful.
We're all real.
People have court every day. Be happy you want one of them. Freedom is priceless. Freedom is priceless. This is not a joke. I don't want to go to the courthouse. I don't want to smell the sheriffs. I don't want to hear handcuffs. I don't want to hear radios. I don't want to fucking see state troopers. I don't want to see a judge in a robe. I don't want to see a probation officer. I don't want to see someone sick and suffering. I don't want to see someone in shackles and handcuffs. What the fuck I want to see that for? I want to go watch the birds and the bees and the trees, the kids running. Fuck I want to do that for? This is not a joke. This is not a joke.
I want to be able to order crab rangoon and my Fanta steaks anytime I want, like I did last night. It was so fucking good. Oh man, that's the shit that would freak me out. It's like, we're gonna eat what? What are we eating?
This shit is not a joke, and that's all I've been saying. That's been my take on this from day one. You get in a front row seat to the corruption of Massachusetts, and what you seeing what happened with Aiden. He has good case. He has the best lawyers on his side, and they ain't dropping that shit. It looks like they ain't even budging. And he has a lot, and you think with all the money that he spent on these lawyers, something would move, get some type of motion on that motion.
I think part of it was.
What are you gonna get out of it? A live stream? That's all you're gonna get out of it.
I think part of the issue on the judge too, like, is the Kate thing. It's like Kate didn't make you say all this crazy shit.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to say Kate's the issue, but at the same time, it's one thing if they use someone dirty against you on and set you up.
Well, here he is defending Krusty, because that's who Kryford is now. That she didn't make me say crazy stuff. What crazy stuff? It's funny that months ago, a year ago, you didn't think any of this stuff was crazy. It didn't become crazy until I wasn't nice to you. Everything was First Amendment with him, but apparently wasn't. And this is how I'm very glad this is weeded out. These people, I got to put on my JFK glasses. I'm very glad this is like weeded out. you know, all this stuff. So, you know, whatever. I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, he's a big lesbian. Yes, he is. That she's not, what are you talking about? The whole point, Cryford, is she took things that I said, clips of them, out of context, eliminated entire phrases, sent them into the DA's office. The DA's office was like, cool, awesome, we'll use this, instead of listening to the entire clip. And they're like, that works. Okay.
What do we call that? There's a certain term for it.
Someone set you up?
Yeah.
Entrapment?
Entrapment. But did Kate entrap him to go on his show and press record and say shit? Like that's what I think the judge is not going to humor the shit. And I feel like that's the issue. I think when you throw too much shit at a judge, that's what the judge is hearing, right?
What?
Well, it doesn't help that one of the people that is your lawyer, the judge is probably looking at streams with him on them.
Oh,
and the judge is probably like,
my show.
The judge is like, these people think they're fucking superstars, huh? Look at these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking smoke them. You think you're the only one with a fucking gavel? You think the only one with a roll? You think the only better roll around here?
Yeah, I'm from Mass.
Oh, I see. So Betterow, the judge is going to take it out on Betterow because he goes on YouTube shows. That's what, right. Excellent legal analysis here from Randall and Cryford.
Massachusetts, motherfucker. You're from New York.
I mean?
You used to be
I'm
from
saying,
Mass.
You can't be a spectacle, man. It's out of sight, out of mind. The courts and the police is very simple, man. If you stay out of sight and out of mind, man, you can move around. If you stop being a spectacle, you get in the scope. It happens every time. You know,
Did they miss the Karen Reed trial? Did they forget that we all backed a woman whose lawyer, his nickname is Hollywood? Did we, like, Alan Jackson made himself a spectacle as much as he could, went on court TV, gave interviews. They loved it. That was the whole purpose of it. And how'd that work out? Oh, quite well, actually. But yes, you're right. Auntie Bev did not like Alan Jackson. How'd that work out with the jury? You know who did like the jury? Alan Jackson? The jury did. They liked him a lot.
I was out there, you know, running and gunning out there in the streets. I was a good kid, but the main thing that I had wrong for me is I was in the streets. I was inside. They could see me. And I put myself in the scope. As soon as I realized, hey, man, I ain't staying out past 12 o'clock. I'm going in the house. Man, everything changed, man. If some shit don't change, it's that simple. Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? You're playing with the court.
I was in the streets. Oh, Randall, you didn't grow up in Sarajevo, dude. Like, it was Lynn, bro. It's pretty gross. It's a gross city. I agree. It's not, you're not in, you know, Mogadishu, bro. Like, stop it. It's Lynn. Relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
What's, bro? You don't think they're getting the memos that, hey, you know, this dude just put a case against his ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
He did what? This fucking guy, he went
and he's got a case. Yeah. And he's got a case coming in New Jersey. I mean, come on. They all know. They all know.
It's all whispers, bro. Like, if you think it's,
I've got a case coming in New Jersey. What case is that, Cryford? Because we just got a case dismissed with Teacher Lady. What case are you talking about? What are you talking about, Cryford? Is there another case that you're aware of? Is somebody telling you that? I'd like to hear more about that, Cryford. Feel free to share.
Viral on these YouTube streets. You don't think it's viral in the court system?
Oh, yeah.
It's a viral situation. Lawyers bouncing in and out of these courthouses all day long. Bang, bing, bang, bang, bing, all day long, county to county.
Yep.
They don't get it. He doesn't get it, man. Out of sight, out of mind, man. Stay the fuck out the courts, man. Let someone else have that shit, man.
Yeah. That's why I don't call cops.
In courts.
I mean, that's the number one rule. It's you know, there's a respect factor too, that you don't just, you know, waste their time, but there's also self-preservation.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So just don't call. I mean, if I were to call the cops, it's like there's a fire behind my house. Like sometimes every once in a while they have these bonfires out there. That's the only time. It's like, get the fire department down here. Put the fire out.
I'm sorry, Mike. She hacked his Facebook. She needed to stop. So what? Okay. So you go put a
Did
case against her?
Did she though? Wait. How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Because I don't believe she did. Everything I've seen, I don't believe she did it.
Okay, so you want to go there, Cryford? So how do I know that she hacked my Facebook account? Well, you haven't seen it yet, my dude. Just trust me. Things are working. Things are happening. There's a forensic report which is going to show that she did, undeniably, and then lied about it. I have undeniable proof that she hacked into my Facebook page, my Facebook account, which was initially hers, and then she gave it to me. And that's how she initially justified using it, hacking into it. We have proof that she then changed the password. I would change the password and delete her email so she couldn't log into it. We have proof that she re-added her email 4 or 5 times onto to get herself back in. We have proof of that. That's how she got in. How'd she get back in? Well, how did she re-add her email? That was always a mystery to me. Well, when you're in the Facebook account, you can see the email that I use to log into the account. and she knows that I use the same password for everything. So she hacked into the email account. How do we know that she hacked into the email account? Because I gave the forensic expert complete access to my Facebook page, my Gmail account, and my Twitter accounts. And I wanted a complete audit of all logins, all activity on it, everything. And we saw that the IP address that logged into the Facebook account on August 20th, 2025, that specific IP address, which she admitted to me in text messages, was her, which was in Boston using an iPhone 15 Plus, that same exact IP address logged into my Gmail account using an iPhone 15 Plus several times. Because I always wondered, I kept kicking her out of the account. I kept changing the password. I kept deleting her email because her email was associated with the account. I kept doing that. And I'm like, how is she getting back in? How is she back in the account every time? And then the only way you could get back in is if you log into the Gmail account associated with the Facebook account and use that to have a code sent to you. And then you can just add your email back in. And we have proof that happened. We have proof that happened. And then there's the Twitter accounts. But we don't need to get into all that. And if you think I don't have documentation on this, remember, that's a little preview there. We haven't done that yet. Remember. Next.
Gave her access to shit that she had custody of, and he never took it away. But she didn't hack his Facebook. That's not accurate at all. He gave her access to his entire world and his entire drive of info.
Nope.
And never restricted it. And could have restricted it at any time. And that's the problem with this.
I gave her access to some stuff. I gave her the screenshots of Bettero's messages. Those were for me. I sent those to her because she always wanted to know, what were they talking about? What are you guys talking about? She always wanted to know. She wanted to come to the meetings. She wanted to know everything. Like, what are you guys talking about? Well, I could have just told her and wrote it all out, but I'm lazy. So I screenshot it and sent it to her. Here's what we're talking about. That's why she has all the Bettero privileged messages, privileged to me, not to her. I understand that. And so she has all those because I sent them to her, right? It's not illegal for her to do that. It's a dick move, but it's not illegal. She can share those, right? I don't know why she'd do it to Bettero. Bettero's been nothing but nice to her. So I don't know why she would do it to him, because that really only tries to hurt him. It's not even like whatever. She's trying to drive a wedge between us. That's why she's doing that. And then she ran out of screenshots eventually. And that's when it basically started to end, when she ran out of screenshots. And so, yeah, some stuff I gave to her. Hacking into the Facebook account, hacking into the Gmail account, hacking into the Twitter account, that was not authorized.
This guy he's very sloppy and he shares all his shit with everybody. If you're his friend, he'll give you everything and tell you everything. And you could be just like a nobody. You could be the shadiest fuck around. And that's why, how can you go on being a journalist? Like, who's going to trust him with your shit?
He did the restraining order hearing, right? Against her. That didn't work. And then he took it to criminal.
Wrong. Randall, let's get our facts right, sir. Okay. Let's get our facts right. What's up, Ghetto Chels? How you doing? Let's get our facts right here. I took her. What did he say? What did he just say?
That could be the shadiest fuck around. And that's why, how can he go on being a journalist? Like, who's going to trust him with your shit?
He did the restraining order hearing, right? Against her. That didn't work. And then he took it to criminal.
He did the restraining order against her? No, let's get our facts right, Randall. Who applied for the restraining order? Her. I get a knock on my door. I think it was like March 23rd, 24th, around there. Holden police. We've got a restraining order from you for Meredith O'Neill. They kind of roll their eyes like, Jesus Christ, sorry, bro. And it says I have a hearing. And I'm like, the fuck? She got one on me. And then we hear the audio of what happened, and she cries and lies and does that whole thing. And it's like, okay, well, what's the best defense? The best defense is an offense. So I'm gonna apply for one on her, and guess what? I got one, a temporary one. And then we had a two-party hearing. And if both parties are trying to get orders on the other, the odds that they will get both get dismissed, which was my goal. I didn't care if I got an order on her. The odds that they would both get dismissed drastically increases. It's the thing I did with Krusty 6 years ago when she got a temporary order on me and I had a two-party hearing coming up. I applied for one on her with the stated goal of my lawyer at the time, who said, this is our plan. It's a strategy lawyers do. So she is the one who initiated court proceedings, not me. I was perfectly content with never stepping foot in the courtroom, never airing this out in any form except for Twitter and YouTube, which doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Courts matter. She initiated these legal proceedings, not me. So I don't know what you want from me there, pal. Okay? I did not initiate these legal proceedings. So you might want to get your facts straight there, Mr. Randall.
That didn't work. He needed something to keep her away from him, or he needed the upper hand, a control thing. The restraining order shit didn't work, but the judge said, hey, stay away from each other. But when that didn't work, he went to the courts. You know what I mean? He tried to get the restraining order, and the judge was like, nah, I'm not giving it to you. You guys are both fucking lunatics.
I tried to get the restraining. I never would have applied for one if she didn't initiate the legal proceedings and try to go in on me. Never would have tried. There's no way in which I would have, because I knew I wouldn't have gotten a permanent one, because she is exhausting, and it is exhausting being around her, and it's not worth it. Like, I don't want, like, she has a lie about everything. You know, you bring up, like, why did you tell Mr. Carney that you were going to tell the police that you hit him? Why did you do that? Did you do that, or did you not do that? It's a yes or no question. I only did that because he was filming me and he was being mean to me and he was harassing me and he wouldn't leave my apartment. And so I wanted to say this just so that he would stop doing it. And I wanted to film it, and he was doing this and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's exhausting keeping up with her lies. It's not worth it. And I knew that if a judge heard this, it was going to be a clusterfuck, and no one's going to ever feel bad for me because I'm Turtle Boy, right? So why do I need to do that? You know, I mean, that's what the hearing turned out. It was a clusterfuck initiated by her. I mean, this was the visual of it, and like, notice what she does.
Lawyer, right?
Look at Bradle. Like, she's not even looking at Bradle. Look at her.
No, I did not pretend to be him.
You sent an email to his employer saying that he no longer wanted to take a position in Australia with his company because you didn't want him to go, right?
No, that's not what happened.
Why don't you tell the court what happened with the email that resulted in Mr. Chaplin getting his order against him out of the court? I'll ask an open-ended question.
The fact that there might be a restraining order from the past, it doesn't matter, Brett. You can look at the court. He's got 30 of them. She's got one, maybe.
Notice that she's got her back turned to him. She can't even look him in the face. She's literally facing the wall while she testified. I've never shared this but if he wants to bring this up, we'll talk about it. And he's asking her about the restraining order that Sam Teplin got on her because she hacked into his shit and sent his employer an email saying, I don't want to work there anymore, pretending to be him. And then 3 months later, sent a video of him doing cocaine to his boss in order to get him fired, and then hacked into all of his shit for months afterwards and stalked his life to the point where he had to get a restraining order, which was granted for an entire year. How do we know this? Because we have the court paperwork, which included a confession from her, an email confession. Listen to this.
You had
In 2024.
okay, we're gonna move it along. He's trying to, and I understand where he's given it. So it's already.
You did here, right?
Objection.
That's not
She never
She can answer the question.
She can answer the question, counsel. She can answer it, and you'll have an opportunity to ask her whatever you need to ask her.
No, he got a restraining order because I didn't get a lawyer and didn't know what I was doing.
Look at this. It's not even looking. She can't look at Bradle. It was also, you know what I mean? And so it's like she's got a whole explanation. What about this order? Well, I didn't have a lawyer. I mean, this is why I want
She
to
never
do this.
can answer the
Listen,
question.
She can answer the question, counsel. She can answer it, and you'll have an opportunity to ask her whatever you need to ask her.
No, he got a restraining order because I didn't get a lawyer and didn't know what I was doing. And
he got a restraining order on me because I didn't have a lawyer and I didn't know what I was doing, and he had accessed my things.
access my things and moved on. I was never violated, unlike Mr. Carney's restraining orders.
Unlike Mr. Carney's restraining orders, this is why I don't like doing this. Because it's just like, so it's undeniable. This guy got an order on her for doing the same shit she did to me. Hacking into his account. It's the same fucking thing. But she's got a long prepared explanation for everything. Oh, the only reason the order wasn't granted because she hacked into his shit or any of this shit was true. The order was granted because I didn't have a lawyer and I didn't know what I was doing. And I just wanted to move on and blah, blah, blah. And Mr. Carney, I was never violated the order, unlike Mr. Carney, who did violate orders against Lindsay Catani, who I suddenly believe all of a sudden after fucking tearing her apart for 2 years while I was with you. But now that I'm not with you and I'm going to make up lies about you being with her, then actually I believe her now. That's what he's saying.
Then
Why would I want to do this?
You know how this works. You got to answer the question I asked. Right?
What's your question? I'm going to ask you not to instruct a witness, Judge.
You're not a witness if she's not doing something.
Okay, both of you, stop. Question, answer. Let's go.
Isn't it true that the restraining order that was taken out against you accused you of hacking into his email or text, sending out communications purporting to be him when it was really you?
Ask an answer, Judge.
Well, I don't know what the answer is, so if she did answer it, but it's all in here. Ma'am, is that true or not true?
not all of it about the accusations, no.
Okay, which part did I say wrong?
About the purporting to like impersonating people.
She admitted.
Which part did I say right?
It was alleged that I hacked something, but that's not what happened.
Oh,
You got a restraining order on those allegations with the evidence against you, right?
I'll allow the question because I'm confused.
All you have to do is admit the truth.
and that says a lot. I'll allow the question because I'm confused, and that was the whole point there. So confused, and this is why I didn't want to do this because I know how she operates. She is going to confuse the hell out of this guy. He's just like, wait, what? And this guy interrupts everything so much. He was so bad that it was effective almost. And just every time we're getting somewhere, he interrupts, and then the judge forgets what we're even talking about, and he doesn't. Did we answer this? You know.
Then I'll stop asking questions.
Mr. Bradle, objection. Objection. Sustained. Ask a question, will you?
Question. Yeah. Allegations were that you hacked into the poor guy's account, went to his employer, he got fired. He said that he did cocaine to his employer. He got fired. He came here for an order, and he got one based on those allegations, right?
He fired because he did cocaine.
And you're the one that told them that, right?
He was fired because he did cocaine. She sent a video of this guy doing cocaine, this poor guy, to his employer using his own email that she hacked into and said, here's a video of Sam doing cocaine. And she says he was fired because he did cocaine. That's what she had nothing to do with it. Her sending, and then she's going to cry that she lost her job after she did that to someone else. What planet are we on?
You want to pull out the paperwork?
I don't remember. It's from 2018. It's almost a decade ago.
I don't remember.
What do you say is the worst
She doesn't remember. I'm sure because she doesn't pay attention to all this shit. She doesn't remember.
thing you did in that work?
Probably after he was threatening to share photos of me, I shared a video of doing cocaine with my friends, and I did get back to his employer after he was bringing
And
cocaine
it did get back to his employer because she sent it to him.
into my house with my daughter repeatedly.
Well, you do cocaine in your own house, don't you? May I approach?
Object.
Your Honor?
My friend does.
May I?
What's your objection?
He's accusing you of criminal conduct, Judge, with no evidence.
Well, I think he's.
May I approach?
Yeah,
Is there evidence? Is it on the thumb drive?
I'm gonna let him ask it. I mean, I don't know how relevant it is to this, but he'll explain to me why it is.
She gets real mad about this when she has to admit that to doing cocaine in the house. I mean, just we're not going to dwell on this too much, but I'm bringing up a point here about why I wanted to avoid this. It's just like it's just a headache, man. For what? For what?
Yeah.
You may, yeah.
Ms. O'Neill, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Have you ever threatened the Carney with reporting that he issued lying to the police about it?
The answer is yes.
Only when he was filming me,
Only when he was filming me, following me around
following me around my apartment.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
So you're-
Look at her. Look, she's not even looking at him, bro. She's looking at the wall. This some spectrum shit going on here. I'm just saying. I didn't want to be.
told Mr. Carney that you were going to tell police that he hit you.
The answer is yes.
Only if he would stop filming me.
Only if he would stop filming. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. She did do that.
I'm not asking you why. I'm asking whether it happened.
He answered that she did. You said you did, right?
And so what you're saying is that you're willing to use the courts and the police and your status as a woman to say that you were harmed by Mr. Carney.
Objection.
Well, he can ask the question.
That's exactly the point. She's trying to get a restraining order here but yet her credibility is that she's the type of person who will tell you that she's going to lie about you to police in order to harm you. That is what she just admitted to, and yet she's in court trying to get an order. Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to do the coke if it comes into your home. That's the rule. Like, it's Deanna's fault, don't you know? Like, somehow Deanna's, and by the way, Deanna doesn't give a shit. She's over it. Like, nobody cares. Here's the thing about the cocaine with her. I don't judge her for that. I don't care. I've done cocaine before. Not recently, because I'm a grown-ass man, but I've done it before. I'm not going to lie. It's not the end of the world. Why try to paint this perfect picture of yourself? Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like, yeah, he did it once. But she's saying this because she has to have this whole image, right, that everything's perfect.
No, I never went to the police.
You threatened Mr. Carney to do so to get him to take certain actions or refrain from certain actions, right?
I wanted him to stop filming me, and I didn't think he would share a video if I was saying I hit him.
So she's got a whole explanation for why she lied on video about why I hit him. She was only doing it so I would stop filming her. And yet 10 minutes later, she sent a text message to Deanna saying he hit me when she was not being filmed. Because there's a lie that debunks everything. And it's just a headache. And I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? I don't want to be here. So that's why I didn't initiate these proceedings. I was dragged into these proceedings. Randall.
Yeah, and that's then you just said why you did it. You're trying to get him to comply with whatever desire you had at the time, right?
I wanted him to stop filming me around my apartment.
And in terms of patterns of behavior, you said that Mr. Carney exhibits patterns of releasing things and bothering you online, right?
Yes.
Isn't it true that you yourself exhibit that same pattern going back to 2018?
Objection, Your Honor. What on earth does the relevance
Oh my
of 2018 have to do?
I gave you latitude. I'm going to give him latitude. It's a simple yes or no. I ruled. Counsel, I ruled.
Yes.
Isn't it true that in 2018, you were dating someone named Sam Teplin, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Teplin was on the receiving end of your hacking and your false emails, wasn't he?
No.
No.
Did you admit that in the court filing? You said that you were sorry and that you had.
So this is the problem. She wrote a letter to him admitting to everything, apologizing, and she wrote an email to his bosses saying, I did all of this. Don't blame him. She did that in the attempt that was her last ditch attempt to keep the relationship together because he had broken up with her. He's like, that's it. Remember, November of 2017, she hacks into his account, pretends to be him, sends an email to the boss saying, I'm going to get you. I don't want to work here anymore. I don't want the position in Australia. I'm done. He gets reprimanded for that because he didn't keep his account secure from his crazy girlfriend. He makes the mistake of staying with her, which I've done too, you know, because sometimes it's hard to leave. And so he stays with her, forgives her, whatever. But the thing about it is crazy. It's the holidays. I've been there before. The thing about crazy is it's not going to go. It does. Crazy comes back. Okay. And so in February, 3 months later, she hacks into his account again. And that's when she sends the boss an email of him doing coke. And because of the November incident, when she wrote the email pretending to be him, he was on thin ice. And the second incident, they're like, done. You're fired. And he's like, that you got me fired from my job after I forgave you. I'm out. He had been in this relationship for 2 years and he's like, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. You're abusive. I'm out of here. And he leaves. And she attempts to keep him. And so 3 days after that incident, she writes a letter, an email to the bosses that he is CC'd on and he gets. And in the email, she admits, I did all this. It was me. Blame me. She tells how the bosses are going to blame her. I don't know. But she's like, please don't fire him. Why is she doing that? Out of the goodness of her own heart? No, because she wanted him back. Because he's like, I'm done. That was her last ditch effort to stay with him, was writing that letter, writing that email. And that's what she did with me. She lied about having the Apple Watch for 6 months. Every time I asked about the Apple Watch, I don't know where it is. It shows it's tracking in your apartment. On July 10th, I broke up with her. And I'm like, done. And you know what she did? She gave me back the Apple Watch. She admitted it. Why? Why did she suddenly admit something that she'd been denying for 6 months? Because it's the last-ditch effort to keep the relationship going. That's why she returned the Apple Watch. That's why she admitted to it. That's why she wrote that email. But now, listen to what she says about that email in which she confessed everything. She says this.
Mental problems, and that you, on the receiving end of your hacking and your false emails, wasn't he?
No.
Didn't you admit that in the court filing? You said that you were sorry and that you had mental problems and that you regretted doing it?
So in that email, she says, I regret doing this, blah, blah, and it was actually a really nice email. And when I read that email, that I had seen that before, and I was like, you know what? I like this. Like, at least she admits that she did something wrong. She's human and blah, blah, blah. That's what I thought when I first read it. But now this is what she says about that email.
No, he coerced me to write an email for him because he was doing cocaine and caught doing it.
Oh, she's got a story for everything. The email in which she admitted to doing everything, to hacking into his accounts, to pretending to be him, to doing cocaine, to blah, 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 that you should take it out of me, not him. What was the excuse for that? What was the excuse?
In the court filing, you said that you were sorry and that you had mental problems and that you regretted doing it?
No, he coerced me to write an email for him because he was doing cocaine and caught doing it.
Oh, he coerced me to do it. She made him at gunpoint. Well, not gunpoint. She made him. It's his fault, don't you know? He's an abuser. So she cost him his job. Like, he lost it all because she hacked into his account, his email account. Who does that? And sends the boss a video of him doing cocaine. And then she says, she writes an email admitting it all. And then she says, no, he made me write that email. That's insane. Like, this is why I didn't want to bring this to court, because this is a shit show and she's going to lie about everything. And I would rather just never see her again. Like, that's what I would prefer. Talk about me online all you want. I don't care. Just leave me alone, leave my lawyers alone, and move on. That's it. Get a boyfriend, find happiness, do something. Like, that's what I would do. That's what I have done. Okay. And that's healthy. But some people, it's just, anyway, enough of that. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because Randall is apparently ignorant of the facts. So we need to share the facts with Randall.
I'm good with this. And then what did you do? You said, okay, I didn't win there. I'll win here. Like, that's all you want to do is win. And then you clown, you Will Henry. I'm talking to you. I think Meredith should go to jail. What?
Insane.
I think she should go to jail. She should locked up. The girl. How crazy is this? The girl never been in trouble her whole life. She gets with Turtle Boy. She's in trouble. It doesn't make no
What
sense.
are you talking about? She had a restraining order taken out on her in 2018. Can someone please tell Randall the facts of the case? Can someone please alert him? Like, you want to be like a credible person, right, Randall? That she's never been in trouble. She had a restraining order placed on her by her ex-boyfriend because she did all of the things that I accused her of doing and had proof of. All of it.
There's a lot of people like that, right? I mean, that's the trajectory around this guy, and it's everybody else's fault, right? Will knows. I mean, Will was honest for 5 seconds on his show. He lined him up, and then he set him up. And you know what? It was funny. It's really funny. Will did this fundraiser for Turtle Boy last night, right? I didn't see it get shared by Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy was like watching soccer or something while Will's was fundraising for him. I didn't see him share it or thank him. Did he?
These guys just are all about the drama. I did thank Will, and I thank him immensely. And I wanted to go on the show because I was watching soccer. Well, the soccer game ended at 5. And honestly, I was out in Boston with Trent's mom, and we were in the North End having a lovely meal of food. Okay. And it was awesome, beautiful day. So no, I didn't have time to go on and share Will's stream. I did not do that. I know that's like the most unforgivable thing. And now I'm so disloyal to Will. These guys just keep track of everything, man. Everything. Oh, did he thank Will for that? Oh, wow. He did this to Will. Bro, I got a life. I'm like you guys. I have a life. You know, I go out, like, I have a night, like I have a social life. I log off the internet. There you go. Laura's like, it got shared on Facebook and YouTube posts. There we go. Kind of popular platforms. Boom. What else we got?
Thank him. I don't know.
because Will
Might still have
knows,
some
right?
issue.
See,
He might
Will,
still be mad.
Will, you know, Will, let's keep it real. All right. Today, wait a minute. Is today the 21st? Or the 20th?
20th, yeah.
Well, tomorrow's the 21st. We all know what happens on the 21st, right, Will? In this world, the YouTube world, every month on the 21st. Whoop, we look, it's on its way. Something's on its way, Will.
It's coming. It's coming.
Something's on its way.
I didn't even know we got paid on the 21st. Do we really? I don't pay attention like that because I really don't care about. I'm not in this for money. I'm really bad with money. Actually, I should have a lot more money than if I was like smart with my money. I would have a lot more money, but I'm really not smart at all with money. I don't spend a lot of money, but I also don't like have my money make money. Like that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know how to do that, and I don't have time for that. I could also like do a lot of things, like invest in my thing and become better at, but I'm so busy and absent-minded that I just don't do it. So I'm actually really bad with money.
Will, the petty streams is on their way. Them scams. Woo! Pots and pans, petty scams and scrams. You will. It's on its way. Google AdSense, baby. See, you're such a clown because what you knew last night, if you did the petty stream, you would get an audience, right? I mean, excuse me, the fundraiser,
Okay.
you get an audience. So you sat back, got the
Yeah.
audience. When you realized the other night you tried to do that petty stream on me, and that shit was a straight
Fail tonight. He's not going to get what he thinks. And then Turtle. That's all. That's his only option.
So Will, by the way, has significantly more paid viewers tune into him dunking on these clowns than they can get on their streams for free. Like there's no denying that Will. I mean, if we're gonna go tit for tat here and say who's making more money, who's more successful on this platform, it's not even close. Because people find him more endearing and authentic and entertaining than you clowns. And Will doesn't support me because he's like scared of me or in on the grift. Will remember I interrupted his valid truth journey, which wasn't about me, but it would involve me. And I interrupted it because I was like, I wanted to set the record straight. And I'm like, let's talk about this because that's what adults do. They talk about shit, right? And we were all good by the end of that. And so this idea but what does that prove? That proves that Will is not afraid if he has an issue with me to say it. This whole idea that he's like, oh, he's scared of Turtle Boy. No, it's not. He doesn't give a shit. He just believes in my cause. It's this crazy. A lot of people do. It's crazy. I know. It's a wild concept.
What's going to happen?
But
Oh,
here's the
Machado.
thing, even
He'll
if
go
he
back to
doesn't-
Machado.
He won't go back to Machado because BX is throwing up.
Yeah,
X
she was
signs.
hurting him. Yeah.
He's lurking in the
And she
shadows.
was damaging him. She's been damaging him. She's been winning that war.
But see, so last night he figured, hey, I'll do the fundraiser and I'll get some
They're Machado fans now. Oh, I see.
views. And when I get the views, it really won't matter about chats and memberships. I'll just run the video. I'll just sit here looking like an idiot and talk Turtle Boy, name drop his name 500 times. Everybody, First Amendment, the whole shit. And then in the end, you maxed out 15,000 views or something. And we all know what 15,000 views makes. And that's good for the night, isn't it? 3 hours worth of work. Perfect. Awesome. Couple of Venmos. See, that's all. Like, bro, we know what you're doing. We do the same thing as you. You name dropping other people or care. That's all you do. You hit
Do the same thing as you, except he gets more views, bro. Significantly more.
onto his wagon, man, and stay close. And TB knows it, man. He knows it. He fucking knows it. But yet you lined him up when you did that petty stream because you wanted to make him look weak. You were like, TB, man, you're gonna come at me, man. You don't know. And TB was like, you're my friend. And you had TB looking weak. Ooh, he was looking weak.
Lined him up. Yeah.
Listen,
Because TB needs him now. But what happens when TB doesn't need glare? What happens
thing.
after the trial?
Here's the thing, Mikey. When TB was walking through down,
That's the thing about it. I don't need the glare. I like the glare. I don't need anyone. I got to where I am today by myself. Well, I need Laura from London. I take that back. I need her. And I need Erica Walsh. Okay. And I love Will, and this isn't a shot at Will. I don't need Will. I don't need anyone. I started doing Will. Became interested in the Karen Reed case as it grew because I built it up. No one else was talking about Karen Reed for the first 6 months of this. It was just me. I don't need any allies in this. I can just do this. I have allies. I have a lot of allies. And that's great. I love my allies. I love my supporters. And I love all that. I love the baker. I don't need the baker, but I love him. You know what I mean? I'll survive without anyone. I will, the apocalypse come. It's just going to be Turtle Boy and the cockroaches. That's it. That's all that's going to be left. I survive everything. People thought I needed Karen Reed. I don't. Clearly I don't. How did you write, put any content out without Karen Reed? Well, I've been doing it for how many months now without a relationship with Karen Reed? Right. Okay. Back to this.
downtown Boston,
When
in
I
the sweltering heat today by himself.
Yeah.
He was thinking in his head of everything that's going on and he cares more about this YouTube shit than a fucking court case. And he's an aggravated dude. Everything's just one big compressed file to this fucking guy. Everything just is crashed out. And he's walking around. He was thinking about you, Will. He was thinking about like, damn, man, this fucking guy Will's not here. I'm in here. This dude this guy fucking made me look like a fool. He's thinking, who can I take my anger out on? You know, he was thinking about you, Willie, today, stressed out. You wasn't there sharing that moment when he needed someone to cry on his shoulder, cry on someone's shoulder. You weren't there, Will. You weren't there, Willie.
This guy.
And you're gonna try to get on the stream tonight with that petty stream. And try
Randall. You're so cute. I'm mad at Will because he didn't come to a pretrial hearing. I expect him to fly up from Knoxville every time I have a day in court. Stop it. He actually has come to more of my hearings than this clown to the right has. That's for sure. Either of these clowns have when they pretended to be allies of mine. They never came to anything ever. Will flew in from Tennessee. He did that. And even if he didn't, I wouldn't care. He supports me in other ways. And even if he didn't, I wouldn't care. Because I don't need anyone. I can do this. I'm self-made. Why did I walk around Boston and stream myself for 10 minutes? Because I'm what's called a content creator. And people want to hear what my thoughts were, what my immediate post-court reactions were. That's what they wanted to hear. And so I gave it to them for 10 minutes. That's it. And people like that because people like me and they want to hear from me and they want to hear, wow, what we get to hear from the defendant. We don't hear that every day. Let's hear from him about this. That's why I did that. Not to be like, I'm so mad at Will. The imaginations on these young men.
and try to make a case of why you wasn't there. You wasn't there because you don't give a fuck. You don't care, my dude. You don't care. Period. Your scam is over. You're washed. You're fucking washed.
Ooh, he's washed.
And but I'll just tell you this, man. The fact that dude Will Henry said that Meredith deserves to be in jail is crazy. And the fact that this other clown, this other goofball, what's his name? Fucking Pink Lemonade, he said on a stream that
Purple.
that it was a setup with Jen what's her name? Jess, the bunny. That she was getting way too many views and things like that. And you know what I mean?
So Purple did a stream the other night. Purple Kool-Aid, my guy, who has, by the way, drove up here from Baltimore twice in a week to go to my court hearings. That's support. Okay. And he's just some guy. I didn't know him before this. That's support. And so he got in a car and drove up here, whatever. And on his stream the other day, apparently Machado said that I was trying to destroy her because she was a threat. She was competition. That's what she said on her stream. That I forget the exact quote. I'm sure you might have seen it out there on the internet. That I think I might have played it on here too. That she's a threat to me. Okay, which is just it's hilarious. It's like, and we just ran with it, and I'm like, okay, this is good comedy. What am I gonna say? Shit on her for this? No, it's funny. It's so stupid. It's funny. The idea that I'm threatened by Machado. I think she called herself the female turtle boy or something. It's like, oh, holy tone deaf. Where do I find these people? Oh my God. I'm threatened by a woman who drives around screaming into a phone and eating bagels and talking about whatever, like her kids' weddings and shitting on people who she perceives as beneath her, not above. Cyber chick, fucking go at her. To be mean as possible, blah, blah, blah. Me, very sad about what Eden's doing. It's very different. Okay. Very different. And so, when she said that, that's just so stupid. It's funny that she's a threat to me. Oh my God. Not Melanie Little. Melanie Little is not a threat. She has way more viewers than I do on an average live stream. She's the only one who's comparable subscribers to me, right? They call her the queen, right? But she's not I'm not worried about Melanie. She's neutralized. She's never going to take my crown. This is what they think. The one I'm really worried about is Machado. Like, that's the one I know problem is when I see it. That lion, why hyenas kill lion cubs? Not for food, but to eliminate competition. Because they're like, that little lion right there is going to get big. And that's going to be competition for food and resources, and it's a threat to us. We should kill it now while it's a baby. That's why hyenas kill lion cubs. That's the way I viewed Machado. That's how Machado views. According to her, I had to destroy her because I saw the signs were there that she's just too talented, man. She's too good. These guys aren't talented. The talent is Machado because no one else does what she does. So I had to destroy her. And when I heard that, it was hilarious. I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. So let's have a little fun with that, right? I'm not going to rip on her. I'm not going to shit on her. I'm not going to do all that. But it's just so comical that you can't help but have a good laugh over it. And so you're like, be a little sarcastic. And so I said something like, oh, she's a big threat to me. And then Purple he was on there and he's like, yep, Eden told me the other day she had to be destroyed. She was getting too big. Too big. And these idiots are so stupid that they thought we were being serious. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Some people seem that it was a setup with Jen what's her name? Jess the bunny. That she was getting way too many views and things like that. And you know what I mean?
Some people say that was some kind of joke that we didn't get. I don't know. But
oh, really? It was a joke?
That's what I saw on Twitter. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know what the joke is, but I mean it's believable. If it's
oh my God. These guys aren't a threat. Machado's a threat, but these guys, they're so stupid. They can't be a threat, but Machado is a threat. She had to be destroyed. I can't with these guys. Oh, Randall.
a joke, it's a believable one, actually.
It's believable.
I don't know.
No, he was joking. Okay.
So it's believable that Machado's a threat to me, according to Cryford. Okay.
I didn't know.
But it's you know why it works? Because it's believable. Like even if it's a joke, doesn't mean it's not true.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
you know,
these guys are just swerving lane to lane. The fact that this is some real shit happening here, and you pick and choose. Didn't Grant want to see this dude put in jail?
Yeah.
Right. And he was on the Turtle Boy fundraiser yesterday, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He carried most of that show, actually. If you watched it,
No, you watched it. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch it. My own fundraiser. Can you believe that? I appreciate everything Will's done. My guy, love you, Will. Right? I'm sorry I didn't watch it, but Cryford watched it because Cryford can't get enough of you because they watch everything you do. Everything. They watch immediately. They have a reaction to it. I stumbled upon this, and I'm glad I did because it's hilarious. I'm really enjoying this.
Watched a little bit.
I rarely do.
For Grant, not for Galera. Grant really carried that show yesterday. I will say that.
I don't get it. Yo, coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for LTL. Let's go.
How
we feeling out there?
Oh yeah.
Your chapter, baby, go.
Come on. Yeah. I guess he got a petty
stream on me and Mikey tonight, JFK, because he needs those views. He needs the memberships.
Yeah, he needs the memberships. Hopefully, but it's his petty scam's over, bro. It's over. The question is, why was it? He's going to do a petty scam on you guys tonight, but yet he wasn't at the Mega Motion Area in Boston.
I know. Streaming it. I don't even think he streamed it today. So where's his buddy? Why is he not helping his buddy out tonight? He should be going through the motion talking about it, right?
And he should have been on a bird, bro. He should have been on a bird. Coming to Beantown. It's the perfect time to come. It's summertime. There's people out there that want him there. Why not come? Why? Why be selfish?
And why wasn't he? Why wasn't he there this morning? He didn't stream this morning either.
No.
And what it is, you know why he didn't stream this morning? Because he doesn't want to compete against Melanie Little. He doesn't want to show that he doesn't have that many viewers. That's what he thinks about. That's the truth.
This whole thing people have with each other is gay. All YouTubers are like this. They really notice, is this person going at the same time as me? Are they trying to steal my views? I never pay attention when people are going live. I don't care. I go live whenever I feel like it. And so should you. And I don't take it as an insult. If other people are going live in me, I don't try to compete. This is not a competition for me because I win no matter what, except with Melanie. I will never beat her because she's the queen. You know what I mean? As she should be. She's a lawyer. I'm just the fucking guy from Worcester who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, right? It was just, amusing and stuff like that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Why would I be bothered by that? And I don't ever think when pressing the live button, is someone else live at the same time as me? I never think about that ever. I don't look. I don't care. I don't care. And neither should anyone else. That whole culture people have of being afraid, is this person, then taking it personally, you got to stop. People are going to watch you on the replay, guys. It's not if they don't watch a lot, it's not, you're too addicted to the views if you're doing that. You're not in this for the right reasons. Just go live because you like doing it. That's what I say. When I go live because I just like doing it. If I got a big audience, a small audience, it makes no difference to me. I love it either way. Because this is my passion. I love doing this.
Isn't it, Brian?
It's true.
Yeah.
It is.
That's how little he cares about you guys. I don't sit there and decide whether I'm going to have on as a guest or a stream based on the number of views I'm going to get. He does. That's exactly why he did stream this
Well, we
morning.
know that.
Well, and it's a money thing too, because if his views are low, he's not going to make enough money for what he thinks he's worth now. See, now he thinks like he's not like us, where we're like, yo, we're just going to go live and hit the block.
Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. Like, we're here for the people. There's going to be good days and bad days. You know what I mean? He needs to make a certain amount. He can't come on because he's Will Henry, fucking the school teacher, whatever the fuck he thinks he is, you know?
It's fucking popcorn tea in the apartment, JFK.
Yeah. He's a fucking bug shit. Man. What did you think about the motion and the argument that Better okay?
Okay. So here is legal expert BLT, who we all followed and supported during the Karen Reed thing. But now that he's not kind of hitched to the Turtle Boy wagon anymore, the whole time I knew this guy's kind of just like an empty suit. Like he never has anything interesting or insightful to say, but whatever. He's a supporter, right? He's okay. You know, he's on our side. He's on the side of goodness. But he never came across to me as somebody who was like, I never watched his show because there was never anything insightful. There was never a clip ever shared anywhere where people like, bro, you got to see BLT tonight. It's fucking, dude, he made a great point. He shared this. He had this interview. He did this. But that never happened with BLT. BLT's the peak of his career was when he went out to dinner with Karen Reed and Cullinane. That was the peak of it. That's all he had going for him. And when he came on my channel when he was in jail and streamed. That's about it.
Here's the whole thing is like, I was even saying this to Mike last night because Mike and I did a show together. And it's like, you know, I agree with a lot of the points. It's like, you don't want to be in the court. Like, you don't want to be in the court system. Like, this is getting deep now. It's getting close to December. And what it's looking like is that, you know, they want this case to happen. And, you know, like you and Mike were saying, like, people going in and out of those courthouses, you don't think any of those judges are talking? They're all talking. They know who this guy is. And like, and Mike and I even tried to give him a bunch of advice. And it's like, dude, you need to scale it back a little bit. But I think he's just on a mission to hell now.
You need to scale it back a little bit. What does that mean? So you didn't support what I was doing? First of all, he never told me to scale it back. So I'm charged with witness intimidation from April of 2023 to October of 2023. I never spoke to this guy during that time limit. I was actually supposed to come on his show on October 11th, the day I was arrested, and I didn't. And he messaged me and basically said, can I have the money back if you're not going to come on? I paid you. I'm like, bro, I just got arrested. Sorry, BLT. That should have been the sign. I didn't ask for money. He just offered it. So I took it. And so he, because that's how he has to build up an audience, by paying for it. And so how could you give me advice if everything I'm charged with happened in a 6-month period, April to October of 2023, in which I had never spoken to you before? How could you have told me to scale it back? Explain that one to me, because I'm charged with things from April to October of 2023. That's the case. I didn't know you then. So how could you have told me to scale it back? How are any of my problems the result of me not listening to your advice, which you never gave to me, by the way? But go ahead.
I think he just wants to go out with both guns blazing because I think it's just part of who he is now. Like, he's got to go to the full extent. He can't pull back because it's going to make him look weak. And I think it's just going to ultimately get him in a lot of trouble. You don't think that?
Yeah. It's like, I don't pull back because it makes me look weak. Yes, I'm not like you, because I actually believe in something. I don't plea. I don't bow to the state. I don't give in to corruption. I don't offer to stop saying things because a corrupt government has told me to. You do. That's why you're BLT, because you are not a threat to the state. You don't say anything that they're concerned about. You never have. You never will. You're what they want me to be. You're what the corrupt government wants me to be. They want me to be you. They want everyone to be you. Because if everything was you, BLT, if all of us were like you, there would be no Free Karen Reed movement. There would be no people outside. There would not be $1.1 million raised. There would not be gigantic awareness of this. They want me to be you. They don't want you to go and find the plow driver and do all this stuff. They don't want any of that. They want me to be you. They don't want people asking these people questions about why they Googled things. They don't want that. They want you. That's what they want. And that's why I'm in trouble and you're not. Because I don't bow to tyrants. I stand up for my rights and for everyone's rights. For Karen Reed's rights, for John O'Keefe's rights, for all of our collective First Amendment rights. That's what I do. You don't do that. And that's why they don't know who you are, nor do they care.
They're not clipping those shows when he's calling, like even just in the civil suit, when he's calling the attorney for the McCabe's and McAlberts, that he's, saying, oh, this guy's gay and stuff like that. You don't think that they're not clipping that and they're going to play it? Mike and I played some of the Alex Jones stuff last night. They were.
You don't think they're clipping? I know you're watching the BLT. You don't think they're clipping? Yeah, and I don't care. Because that's what I do. Because Chris Matty is gay. Okay? And you're missing the whole point. We're doing that to prove that they will bring up ridiculous coded language arguments in court. That's a ridiculous argument. And now we're baiting them into bringing up that one. I want Chris Matty to tell the court that, Your Honor, he said Chris Matty is gay. That will bring me great joy if he does that. Why? Not just because it's entertaining, but because it will expose that this guy, all he's trying to do is silence free speech. I'm seeing how much speech will this guy attempt to ban? How much speech? And I know you don't understand that, BLT, because you're not like an intelligent person. You're not a free thinker. You've never said anything ever on your show that is at all interesting. And so you wouldn't think of something like this. You would just shut up, right? You would be a good dog. You're a good dog, BLT. They like you. The government likes you. The corrupt government likes you. And you're now saying things that they like Turtle Boy is inflammatory. Turtle Boy shouldn't have said those things. You're a good dog, Brian. You're doing what they want you to do. So you got that going for you. Go on.
Pulling all his shit up, JFK.
Oh,
And
yeah?
they're pulling his website up, the video clips of him talking shit. I mean, it's going to be the same thing in that civil trial. You don't think that they're not going to do that in the fucking criminal trial? You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. They're going to have 1,000 exhibits up there, and they're going to pull everything up and go, did you say this? Did you say that? Did you do this? Let's go to that video on the lacrosse field or the soccer field. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about live, right? That's your thing. Yeah, let's talk about that. What was the problem with that? Can you articulate that, BLT? Specifically, I challenge BLT right now. I know he's not going to answer, but I challenge you, sir, to have a debate with me. You can come on here and let's see you do it. Let's see you explain why that's problematic, why that's illegal, more importantly, why that fits the elements of the witness intimidation statute, how that showed intent to disrupt a ongoing criminal proceeding. Can you do that? Can you articulate the actual legality of this? No, you can't. Because you are saying that the Bill Rickle lacrosse video was bad now. That was witness intimidation. They're just going to play it and you're in trouble. Or, it's funny because I wasn't in trouble a year ago. You didn't think I was in trouble a year ago with this. A year ago, you thought that was free speech. But now, it's whatever. Okay.
What do you feel about that video? That lacrosse, honest opinion, at that lacrosse game, do you think he intimidated witnesses?
And so the answer is no. If you think I intimidated Matt McCabe at that video game, at that lacrosse game, the answer is no. And he knows this. Go back and watch. I bet you can find clips of this guy talking about the Bill Rickle lacrosse game and being like, that's bullshit. No big, like, how is that's not witness? I bet you can find a bunch of clips saying that. But he's got the bug. He's got Turtle Boy derangement syndrome. So now it's bad. And he can't admit that actually he's not. I don't like him. He's mean to me. But it doesn't change the fact that he's innocent. It doesn't change that. Machado said she's not there yet. He's there. Okay. But she's not there yet. That's the difference between them.
I don't think it's a good look.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, I don't think it's a good look.
But is it illegal?
Do you think question? Do you think?
I don't think it's a good look.
Okay, I'll take that answer.
Answer. I mean, I didn't answer the question. I mean, you cover legal things, right? Do you think it's illegal? Do you think it's illegal? Yes or no? Can you answer that question? Well, I don't think it's a good look. That doesn't answer the question. What wasn't a good look about it, sir? You know what's not a good look? Googling how long to die in cold at 2:27 and then deleting it. That's not a good look. And then going out in public and acting like you've done nothing wrong, and then going to a judge and asking them, is there anything you can do to get him to stop blogging about me?
Right. Good luck.
What about the Roland rally? Do you think that was an intimidation thing, or you think that people should do that? Was you involved in that Roland rally?
No, hell no. I just don't think it was a good look. I wouldn't go to it.
Hell no. Of course you weren't, because you didn't know what Karen Reed was then. We weren't talking in July of 2025. Hell no, I didn't do that. Oh, the people who went there are bad. They're savages. Hell no.
Dumb.
Okay.
Wait, what was dumb?
So what do you think? Do you think that was an intimidation thing, or you think that people should do that? Was you involved in that Roland rally?
No, hell no. I just don't think it was a good look. I wouldn't go to it. I think it's dumb.
Okay.
Why is it dumb? Why is standing up for justice for John O'Keefe dumb? Why is that dumb? Why is letting peacefully protesting outside of people's homes and literally stating what they've done in order to raise awareness about the cover-up of a police officer's murder? Why do you think that's dumb, Brian? I don't think that's dumb. I think that's actually good. I think that emboldens the American spirit. That's what I think about that. You don't think that, because you're not you're a simple guy. Okay, you just think it's dumb because that's the kind of person you are. BLT. The B is for boring. Okay, boring LT. That's you.
What do you think is going to happen to Turtle Boy if he goes to trial? You think he's going to get found guilty or no?
I think they're going to get him on something. At least one of those charges are going to stick.
Which one?
He might do a year.
Which one? Can he even articulate this? Does he like, this guy doesn't know anything, and he never knew anything about me. I think one of them will stick, he says. Which one? Tell me which charge you think will stick and explain why. Explain how Robert Cosgrove will prove all the elements of witness intimidation beyond a reasonable doubt, because that is the standard, and how he will convince 12 citizens of Norfolk County of that. Can you do that, Bill? Can you explain that? No, he's just stupid. The fact that this guy ever had any sort of influence, the fact that he has 60,000 followers is all from me, and he knows that. He had, what, 10,000 before, something like that? No one was watching the show. And then he had me on. Same with Crawford. The second they have me on, magically, their shit goes up. That's why they can't stop talking about me. What do you think? Machado has 10,000 viewers randomly because she's so talented? Because a lot of people, there was a market out there for, geez, you know what I really need in my life? A menopausal woman who drives around screaming into a phone. Right? That's what I need. Where can I find one? Where can I find one? In sub fast. Where can I do that? No. The one thing all of these people have in common is the Turtle Boy industrial complex. They were like, even if you hate me, you can build up a following. But it's better if you know, and this is what ironically they accuse Will of doing. But Will's actually authentic. He actually believes in this stuff. None of these people do. None of these people ever did.
Do a year. He might do 2 years, like you guys are saying. I don't know. But if they come forth and they say, look, we're going to give you a year, 6 months, a year, 8 months, or whatever the hell it is, I don't know. I don't know.
So do you want to do a viral moment right now?
What's that?
Here's a viral moment. Do you think Turtle Boy deserves to be in jail?
No, I don't think anybody deserves to be in jail. I
don't
want people to go.
Really? No one deserves to be in jail? What about Jennifer McCabe? Does she deserve to be in jail? What about Michael Proctor? What about Brian Albert? What about Colin Albert? Do they deserve to be in jail? What about Brian Higgins? I think some people deserve to be in jail.
Go to jail. But you're the person that's the consequences of your own actions. If you have people in your corner that are telling you need to dial it back, and let's just say even his attorneys behind the scenes saying like, dude, you need to fucking dial it back, and he's not doing it, and he's just pushing forward and doing stuff, that's on him, bro. Like that's
So do you think, let me do the question a little different. Do you think he's guilty?
Just to be clear, nothing that the government has presented against me has come after I was arrested. All of the stuff that they're using is from a 6-month period. So me continuing to discuss my case and continuing to do carry, none of that mattered. In fact, we have ample amount of emails, as you're going to see, from various McAlberts and Krusty Panties. She wrote an email to the FBI, right, demanding that more charges be put on me. That's what Matt McCabe's email said. Why aren't more charges being put on me? They wanted more. They wanted that. Mike Morrissey was like, you guys got enough. Okay. I threw you a bone with the charges. Can we stop? So this idea that me keeping going hurt me is completely ill-informed to say that. Notice I'm not swearing. I'm not doing any of that today. This has been a foul-mouthed free stream so far.
These crimes.
Do I think he's guilty of the crime?
Considering
That's
how
an
much
easy
you think Karen Reed is innocent,
Yeah.
do you think you can
This is Randall, by the way. This is Randall stirring up drama. This is what he does here. He knows what he's doing. He's the only smart one here. He's trying to get BLT to be like, he deserves to go to jail. He wants that. He wants that viral moment to happen on his stream. That's the irony of this.
How can you think he's guilty of these crimes if Karen Reed's innocent? Can you separate them? Is that a thing? Like, how does this work?
Oh, I've always separated everything. I mean, that's
What?
Karen was Karen. His deal is his deal.
What is
you know?
that?
And again, it just goes back to you pay for your own consequences. You walk your own path. You choose to do the things that you want to do in life. And this is something that I wanted to talk about. Like, as I know.
So just talk about it. He can't answer a question. That I do what I do. There's consequences. What does any of that mean? What do I do? It's totally different from Karen Reed. You didn't answer his question. His question was, if Turtle Boy's asking these people questions, if what we believe in is Karen Reed is innocent, if that's what we believe in, which we do, supposedly, then that means these people are guilty. That means these people killed John O'Keefe, which means that anything Turtle Boy did to them is defensible because they killed someone. Right? Right. So if you believe Turtle Boy's guilty, right, doesn't that mean that you think the McAlberts are innocent? Which means Karen's guilty? Because if the McAlberts are innocent, then Karen's guilty. Do they not see this circular logic? Do they not see what's happening?
The other day I was watching a show and you're like, oh, he seems like a really reserved guy. I'm gonna tell you, I used to be someone with a lot of angst. I had a lot of attitude in my life. I used to blow up all the time. I wouldn't think out situations, and I've really worked my.
We got crusty comments. Hey JFK, why don't you exhibit some empathy and reflect on how you would feel if 100 strangers are outside your house when your kids sleep, screaming accusations. I was screaming. Ah! It lasted 5 minutes. I said what they did, and I moved on to the next place. And it was so innocent that they never played any of it for the grand jury at all. They have evidence of me doing this, and they never played it. We are the ones trying to introduce it into evidence.
Myself and my mental health over like the last couple of years. And it's like, I can process things a lot better now, where I used to just speed up and jump and say a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've gone through a lot of like mental health therapy, and I don't want, if people need that, go do it. It's a good thing, and
Let me ask you this, LTL. Is that the real Mass Mafia? Mass Mafia official?
Mikey,
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. So, hey, JFK, why don't you exhibit some empathy and reflect on how you would feel with 100 strangers outside your house with your kids sleep, screaming accusations? Bet you can't. I'm going to be real with you. If 100 people pulled up in front of my house, I would start my 4x4 truck up, right? And I'd probably run fucking 20 of them over, and I would be in jail. That's what would happen with me, right? I'd come out blazing. Like that's what would happen. I'd
come out blazing. You would do nothing, sir. That's what you would do. And I got to close this now. Hold on. And I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Hold on. God damn. All right, sir. You would do nothing. I know you're a street guy from Lynn and nobody messes with you, right? That's your whole thing. Nobody messes with you. Someone comes to my house and that's it. You will do nothing because you're not about that life. You're about talking about that life, but you're not actually about that life. You've never been to Shirley Mack's. You think you know about Shirley Mack's. You like talking about it because you do this whole urban, authentic, I'm from the streets thing. I'm a rapper dog. Like, we get it. We get it, sir. We get your whole shtick. You're a badass. But you've never actually done anything that would suggest that you would actually do that. But go on with your bad self.
crash totally out. If my kids are in the house and I tell you peacefully to get out and you disrespect my kids, I'm going to jail for my kids. So let's be clear. Fuck the empathy. Have empathy. How about this? Send me some money on my books because I'm catching a bit. Well, that's just me. I'm sorry. I'm crashing out right now.
No, I'm saying I probably would be pissed too if people showed up in front of my house like that. I would be pissed.
Yeah, I don't think it's right.
So they're simping for the McAlberts now. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was Jennifer McCabe. Well, what if you Googled how long today in cold and you helped cover up a murder? Would you be pissed then? Yeah, you might be, because you're like, this guy is bringing up stuff that I wanted to keep secret.
For what happened, but now it's back to the First Amendment. I didn't come into this screaming First Amendment, the elements and all this. Now, this is what he does. That's his wheelhouse, right? He knows what's First Amendment, not First Amendment. The question is, was that First Amendment or not? Let me ask you, LTL, that rolling rally, was that First Amendment? Is that something you can do? I don't know.
That's what he said.
I don't know. I mean,
Really insightful comment. Really insightful. This is how useless this guy is. Is that First Amendment? What do you think? I don't know. Oh, real controversial take there. He can't even say. He doesn't have the balls to say it's illegal, and he doesn't have the balls to say it's illegal because he's ballless T. BLT. Ballless T. That's what he is. Ballless.
he's catching charges from it. So I don't know. You have to dissect the law.
Oh,
I don't know. You know, like those are people that are
LTL. That rolling rally, was that First Amendment? Is that something you can do? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he's catching charges from it. So I don't know. You have to dissect the law.
Oh, so if you catch charges for something, you're guilty. Like when Karen Reed was charged with murder. She caught charges for it, right? She caught charges for it. So she must be guilty, right? That's what you're saying? It could be. Could go either way. And then what did he say there? You have to dissect what?
Question is, was that First Amendment or not? Let me ask you, LTL, that rolling rally, was that First Amendment? Is that something you can do? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he's catching charges from it. So I don't know. You have to dissect the law.
Oh, you have to dissect the law. Well, why don't you dissect the law then? Do it. Isn't that your whole thing? You're a reporter, right? BLT? You're getting to the bottom of shit. You do FOIAs, bro. You know how to FOIA. So you're going to get to the bottom of that. That's where you're an investigative journalist, right? So why don't you look into the statute? Well, that's what others do, right? Why don't you read the statute? And why don't you come up? Oh, wait, you don't want to do that because then you'll have to have what's called an opinion on something. And you don't like having opinions because if you have opinions, then some people are going to get mad at you and other people are going to like you, but you don't like that. It's also like it takes time and effort and you have to do work. Yes, to dissect the law, to go through the statute. You don't want to do. Has he ever done that? I don't think any of these people ever actually did this. The only reason they supported me is because it was popular. Like it was cool to support Turtle Boy. He's clearly leading this whole thing. If we support him and we are adjacent to him, then we can make monetary gains because of this. It's the Turtle Boy Industrial Complex. And as you can see here, he's not wrong. Latching on to me was good for him. He didn't have hair. He was bald LT, BLT, bald LT, right? And then he latched onto Turtle Boy, and now he was HLT, hair LT. He had a full head of hair, okay? So, if you support me, bald people can grow hair, right? That's one thing we learned about this. So that was a smart thing. And I don't know if he got a lot of pussy, but opportunities for pussy presented itself that weren't there before, obviously, because he's insecure and weak and, women aren't attracted to that sort of thing. He's bald, all that shit. Next thing you know, he's got some pussy lined up. He had that chick that looked like Lori Vallow that dumped him and went out with a much bigger guy who once dated Karen Reed, and that made him feel adjacent to Karen Reed. He felt like he said that on a show. I feel like I'm in the same, maybe I'll be with Karen Reed, because I was with the woman who's now with the guy who was with Karen Reed. So me and Karen Reed are kind of equals. He actually said that. I got to get that clip. So, this made him feel good. Like attaching himself to me was the best thing he ever did. But the problem is that he never actually learned about my case. That was too much work. None of these people know anything about my case, which is odd because it's a really simple thing to learn. Will learned about the case. The day after I was arrested, Will is doing streams, breaking down the charges and watching the videos to see if any of this has any truth to it. And as it turned out, it did not. That's why Will is better than them, because he actually does shit. He's curious. He didn't know me before this, right? We weren't friends. So he's like, is this guy right or wrong? Let me look into this. Right? Let me look into this. Let me see if this guy has a point. Nope. They're framing him just like they framed Karen Reed. Holy shit. They've never done that. They just liked me because it was the cool thing to do to like me. That's it. And that's the only reason that they like Karen is because it was cool to like Karen. That's it. None of these people stand for anything. We've seen Cryford flip before. He's having Krusty on. Krusty's has said the most heinous shit ever to Karen Reed. And he's like, yeah, come on down. We could be friends. Okay.
I don't know. Those are people that are witnesses in a criminal trial.
Hold on. Those are people who are witnesses in a criminal trial. Hold on. See, you know, if Machado did this, she'd save a lot of money. Make your coffee at home. There's no bigger grift than coffee. Like when you get it out, right? $5 for a cup of coffee. How about $5 for a bag? How about that? How about it lasts me a week and a half, 2 weeks? And I drink like 4 cups of coffee a day. I've had 2 during this show. Then I will take that iced coffee back there, right? And you know what I'm going to do with that? I'll show you right now. A little trick. Watch this. Watch this little trick. So I put this away. I'm going to show you a little trick. We're going to take the coffee and we're going to put it in this fridge, which was recently fixed. Okay? We put it in there, top row, up there. You know what's going to happen with that coffee? It's going to get cold. Couple hours, it's going to be iced coffee. It's going to be iced coffee. And then when I do my show tonight, I'm going to take a cup, my Paw Patrol cup, and put some ice in it. I'm going to take that, I'm going to pour it in there, and now I got iced coffee. So I am going to have 4 cups of coffee a day, which would normally cost me like $20 or whatever. And that, you know what that cup of, you know what it cost me? This whole thing cost me like $1. Because I can do this, like that bag of coffee will last me 10 days. And I will get 4 cups every day out of it. That's 40 cups of coffee. And the bag of coffee costs less than $10. So you do the math on what that's costing me. And then you get this thing here, okay? You can take a bagel. You don't have to eat the whole bagel. You can just take a regular bagel. Now, I don't have like poppy seeds on it or anything like that. You know why? Because poppy seeds you can test positive for like opiates in your urine. And because I take Adderall, I gotta get screened every year, randomly screened. They check if I'm taking it, not selling it. But if opiates come up, which I used to eat everything bagels, and everything bagels, like I came up with positive for like fucking opiates. And I'm like, what? Opiates? And then I remembered that Seinfeld episode where that happened to Elaine Bennis. And it's fucking real. And so the judge, obviously my doctor knows I'm not doing opiates, but I'm like, so never again. And that's why I only eat plain bagels. Now you can now you got 6 bagels in a pack. Okay. Which if you eat one every day, right, that's only gonna last you a week. Or you take half of one and then you put cream cheese on it like I did, delicious, which you get at Walmart for cheap. And then you cut it in half. And I don't need a whole bagel. This was good. And now I got 12 bagels instead of 6. See what I'm saying? So I have saved a significant amount of money and cut my calories in half. A little trick there. And I don't give false positives now for opiates. That's it. So there we go. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you domesticate. So back to these guys.
Kyle, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's kind of like, it's like this gray area, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would be pissed if people rolled up at my house. I would be pissed if one person was outside my house screaming and yelling. I wouldn't advise doing it.
Well, Jake Girl's outside right now fixing your Ferris wheel.
There we go.
The authentic laugh from BLT. You know, so funny. So BLT is saying here, he doesn't know if I'm guilty or not. I don't know. I don't know if he's allowed to do that. How quickly they change. What else you got?
Around.
He invented it.
Yeah. But I mean, even if I had one person that was showing up screaming in front of my house, I mean, I wouldn't advise doing it. You know.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
So do you think that you think he's going to get found guilty? And if he gets found guilty, are you happy with that result?
Just like I said earlier, I don't want people to go to jail, but you are the you are the maker of your own fate. You know, if you want to go crazy, there's crazy consequences for it. And I just said it. I don't think it's going to be a good thing when Jennifer McCabe or anybody else gets on that stand and they turn on the waterworks, and you know they turn on the waterworks in front of, if he goes to a jury's going to be like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
And then if they start bringing up his past history, oh, you know, you've done this, you've done that, and I don't know if any of that discovery is going to come in.
Well, first of all, the fact that all of a sudden he believes that Jennifer McCabe's tears will be believable is an interesting development. Were they believable to the last jury? I don't think they were. They can't read jury. But now all of a sudden she's going to become believable when she fake cries. What happens when we show into evidence messages of her sending me naked pictures of John Como and telling me she knows where I am at the Cape? How about that? Why would she do that if she's so scared? What's going to happen when Better Row cross-examines her? You tell me. What happens when we call Michael Proctor, which Better Row announced yesterday at the press conference? We're calling Proctor. They're not going to call him. They didn't. Karen Reed's lawyers didn't call Michael Proctor because they didn't need to call Michael Proctor to acquit her. They just had to prove she wasn't hit by a car. We have to prove something different. We have to prove that all of this was orchestrated by the government, including a very racist, corrupt cop. That's why we're calling Michael Proctor. We have to do that.
Yeah, you know, I'll say one thing like about protesting, because I have actually protested at people's houses, and I think somewhat responsibly back in the day. Speaker DeLeo, the Speaker of the House, and I did talk to the cops beforehand, and we kept it respectful. They didn't have any kids in the house. And we also, like, one of my friends, a veteran, did a one-man standout outside the governor's office.
This guy's got experience with rolling rallies. He's done rolling rallies before.
Governor's house at one point, and no megaphone, just a sign. That, you know, and I stood with him. So I have done it twice before, legitimately. But this was before laws have changed. Like there are laws now that you can't protest outside people's houses. Apparently, new laws.
There are. So when Crawford did it, it's okay because it wasn't illegal. But now there's laws that have been passed. What law was enacted, Mike Cryford? Since you guys want to talk facts. And notice I'm not shitting on him, not calling him names. We're not doing any of that. We're not saying the F word. I haven't said the F word. I haven't said cunt. I haven't said any of that. Because we're going to keep this civil and about the facts here. Okay? Mike, and I'll debate you about this any day, pal. You tell me, what law was passed? So when you did a standout outside of DeLeo's house, the Speaker of the House, the actual Speaker of the House outside of his house, you went to his home and you protested him. Okay? But then a law was passed in between the time when you did it and when I did it. So my question for you, Mike Crawford, is what was the law that was passed? Can you articulate that? Can you tell me what that law is? Because Chapter 268, Section 13A, the picketing statute, which I have been charged with, was signed into the legislature over 30 years ago. That law was passed by the legislature and signed by the governor. So did you protest DeLeo over 30 years ago before he was the Speaker of the House? Did you do that? Because that seems to be what you're saying. You seem to be saying that you did a protest when it was legal, and then the law was passed, and now I'm doing it, it's illegal. That seems to be what you're saying. So your timeline is a little off here because that law was signed into law over 30 years ago. So what law are you talking about, sir? Can you do that? This is why these people aren't going anywhere. This is why I am who I am and why I have the platform I have and they don't, because I'm fucking good at it. I said the F word there because I'm really, really good at details and getting to the bottom of shit and breaking things down. And that's why people follow me. You guys don't do that. You're uninteresting. And you're boring. You're not intelligent. That's why people don't like you. And that's why people don't watch you. The most interesting one on this panel, of course, is Randall. Occasionally he can be interesting, which is why sometimes people watch him. You know who's interesting? Melanie Little's interesting. She's smart. Brother Counsel's interesting. That's why they kill it. They took yesterday's hearing and they broke it down, but they're lawyers. You know who else is interesting and isn't a lawyer? Our girl in the comments there, Emily C. She's interesting, right? She will break down my shit and talk about it and has, and that's why she's got double Machado's followers, because she's interesting and she's intelligent and she looks shit up. Okay? And she wants to get to the bottom of stuff. And she has Corey Hopkins on, who's a very intelligent person. This is what people want. They want interesting people who say interesting things. This is what they want. People don't want somebody who's like, is it against the law? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. It's not nice. I wouldn't do it. We know. Okay, but is it illegal? That's the question. And you can't articulate it because you've never actually read the statute. You're not interesting.
I don't think they charged them on that. So they basically, the whole thing I think that's unfortunate on this is, like, I'm an athlete. I played in sports. I was on teams.
Oh yeah.
And I just think, like Brian said, it's bad taste. Like, you showed up at the girls' lacrosse game where two teams are playing, and it's disruptive. Like, can you imagine if you're a
Can I stop you
teammate?
right there, Mike? Can I stop you right there? Because you want to go viral? Here's a viral moment. JFK is giving pushback. All right, I'm giving pushback. So, do you think that he violated the witness intimidation statute at the lacrosse game?
That's
Yeah, because he has JFK. We'll call him JFK there. He earned that. Did a segment in which he played the Billerica lacrosse video, then analyzed it minute by minute. And he determined that's not witness intimidation based on what he saw. Kryford's never done that. Kryford sits there and it's like, it was disruptive. Well, can you explain how, sir? Let's see. How is it illegal?
that I mean, if you look at it by the book, I would say yes.
Oh,
But if you look at it by a jury,
if you look at it by the book, I would say yes. Explain. Explain by the book, and by the book, I mean the statute, which I assume you mean. Explain by the statute why that's illegal. Can you do that? Can you explain? Can you break down the Billerica lacrosse video and explain why that's illegal? Can you do that, Kryford?
if you look at it by a jury, maybe not, because this is new. Like, I don't think we're in uncharted territory. That's what I've always said on this. Like,
But did you go over that video? Like, because when he went over there, he asked a question, and then when she said that got disputed with the.
By the way, that's another perfect example. You know why Microdots is killing it and has significantly more reach than all these guys? Because he breaks shit down, because he's interesting. And that's the kind of people who support me and have stuck through me throughout all this. Talented, interesting people. That is who is, that's what I'm left with on my side. Talented, interesting people. We got rid of the dead weight. This is the dead weight.
7 a.m. search, right? Now, they said, Maddie McKay said that got disputed, right? That got debunked, the 2:27 a.m.
You did say that.
How long did that
I agree with what you're saying in that situation. Maybe they want that. Yeah.
Then he said, did it? He asked the question. He said, did it get debunked? He said, let me know how it got debunked. I want to know. And he started asking questions like, hey, if it did, like, why wouldn't they just give him that information? He was there to ask questions.
I feel like I always forget the Baker. And I don't mean to. This is why I don't mention anyone in general. Because the Baker's interesting. And the Baker makes really good points on his show. I'm so sorry, Baker. Baker's my guy. Hey, I broke up with Machado for Baker, so you can't say anything. I went with Dad in the divorce. I didn't want to have to pick. I tried to be like, can we all get along here? I tried that. But ultimately, Dad was right. And so I stood up for Dad. And here we are. Okay, back to this.
And then it kind of got escalated with the people there telling him to leave. Like, they not responsible for their actions too, though? The people, Maddie McCabe getting in his face. You're small in person, jumping in his face.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Like, number one, Matt McCabe is a tough
big dude.
son of a bitch. I don't think people realize. Not only is he big, he's like me. He wrestled at Bridgewater State. And unlike me, he freaking placed in New England. I would have placed in New England if I hadn't got hurt. He actually did it multiple times and an upper weight.
This dude's Uncle Rico. He went like, sorry, I spit something out there. He went full Uncle Rico. He's like, I would have won states. I would have won league. Would have been all conference in wrestling. But Mike, he's a Bridgewater State wrestling legend. It's like, bro. This is what this guy's doing while Towel's going on Melanie Little. That's how.
Like, so this dude can scrap. He obviously can scrap. You don't place in New England from a Bridgewater State back then if you weren't a good wrestler. So this guy's tough. And yeah, I don't think he physically was intimidated by Turtle Boy. But what I'm saying, like, just, I don't think it's a good taste. And I think legally, by the way,
he's not intimidated by me. Okay. Then why am I charged with intimidating him?
Law, you could definitely say, especially like going by some of these people's houses, were they afraid? I mean, that's all it takes. Was Julie Nagel afraid?
No, it's not all it takes. That's actually not all it takes. And you should read the statute, sir. The statute states that in order to be convicted of witness intimidation, you must put a witness, right? You must attempt to cause a witness physical, emotional, or financial harm. Fine. You say these people claim that they have emotional harm. They have no proof of that. They don't have doctor's notes. They don't have anything to prove that, but whatever. That's their testimony is their evidence. They say they have emotional harm. Fine. But that doesn't stop there. With the intent that it may, or with the reckless disregard for the fact that it may, and reckless disregard does have a legal definition. These things have definitions. They're all defined. With the intent that it may interrupt, interfere with, or stop a criminal proceeding. So It's not enough that they claim to be in fear. That is not enough to convict someone of witness intimidation. You must also prove that I put them in fear intentionally with the goal of stopping the Karen Reed trial from going to trial. That's what they have to prove. That is what they have to prove, that I tried to interfere with the Karen Reed trial. And he doesn't know that because he's never read the statute. He doesn't understand it because he's not a smart person. I mean, look at him. This is not an intelligent. None of these people got where they are because they're deep thinkers. He's stupid. Okay. I mean, don't forget, this guy is like an Ayanna Pressley supporter at the end of the day. You have to be stupid to support Ayanna Pressley. Like that's the kind of person.
That's all it takes, right? By the law.
So let me back it up a little bit. So let me throw this on off LTO. So you said that there's consequences to his actions, and if it happens, like, yeah, exactly. And he should have scaled it back. Now his guilty verdict, if he gets found guilty, does that help somebody that you're real close with? I mean, does that help Karen Reed? Number one, at one time you were close with the family. I don't know where you are now, but I'm just saying you were in the fold. Does that help Karen Reed? Number one, and number two, does that help?
He was never close with the family. He was never close with the family. He had Nate Reed on his show, and he fake cried in front of Nate in order to one-up him, and Nate Reed had to console him. And Nate Reed, who did he give flowers to? BLT? No, he gave his flowers to me on his show. Don't forget that. But go ahead.
The investigation of John O'Keefe.
I don't think that anything that he's been doing since the end of the trial, like with all the shit that he said, and it's like back and forth and up and down and don't support Karen, and now it is, and now I'm back on the side and I'm talking to her, now I'm not, and fuck this and that. Does that help anything? No. I mean, like I said, all that shit gets looked at. It's going to be played in court and all that stuff.
Oh, he thinks the Karen Reed recording gate drama is going to be played in court. I can't. Again, these are stupid people. They don't know anything about how trials work, how court works, how laws work. They don't understand any of that.
That's why they keep digging deeper, man. They're just trying to find something to bring her back around. And if this gets guilty, I don't know. Maybe they dig deeper and try to find something on her again and drag her ass back in court. Why do you think that Karen hasn't been out here publicly talking? Mike and I talked about this last night. She's fucking doing everything through her lawyers, man. Like she's keeping this tight-lipped, where he's just
he should be.
He's just ripping everything out. Like
wait, Karen Reed. She was on the fucking. I just swore. Sorry. She was on the Today Show like a week ago, dude. What do you mean she's been keeping her mouth shut? She was on national television, my dude. During the trial, she wouldn't stop giving interviews outside of court to Vanity Fair. Remember during the trial when she told a Vanity Fair reporter that OJ was innocent? You remember that one? Remember when OJ was innocent for a day? How'd that work out? But all of a sudden, Karen Reed is the poster child for shutting up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? She was on a Ramango. She's been sued for the things that she has said after she was acquitted. What are you talking about? Where do these people get their facts from?
facing some serious shit. I mean, how many charges is it? 10? Over 10?
Charges. 5 felonies, 5 misdemeanors. And
you don't even know that. It's actually more than that. It's 8 felonies and 4 misdemeanors. But whatever. You don't even know that.
He should be handling it the way she is. Just shut up. And like I said, do a show once a week. And yeah, it doesn't help Karen. But none of this helps Karen. And if he's found guilty, it's not helping Karen. And I don't think it helps to get justice.
No, it doesn't help.
I'm not going to be found guilty. And if I was, it would not hurt or help Karen. It would have no difference on Karen. It would certainly legitimize a lot of the things. It would suggest that the jury believes that the McAlberts are innocent people. Or it could be like the jury could think that like the McAlberts are innocent people, but I didn't intimidate them, that they're guilty, but I intimidated guilty people. They might, I mean, that could happen, I guess, I suppose. But they haven't thought about any of this shit.
I think in the end, it's going to shut down any type of forward momentum for justice.
You don't think that this whole thing has installed that? Of course it has. Yeah. Of course it has. You don't think that this whole thing
Can you throw some context on that? Throw some context on that.
Yeah, it has installed getting to the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. Of course it has. It's held up almost a year. And what happens over time? You know this shit.
Okay, hold on one second. It's held up over a year. I can't. We had to break this whole thing down. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. I don't want that.
Listen, Turtle. All right.
Hold on. All right, we got technical difficulties. It's a tradition around here. Where'd it go? It's like a ghost mic. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I got a cramp. Fuck. Fix that. Hold on. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, fucking Christ. I'm like sitting on the green screen. Oh, man, my leg. Hold on. This happens sometimes. Why is the hat just white like that? What's this thing? Rough stuff. What the fuck? How did I end up over here? What the fuck is that? Why am I a circle? I don't know why I'm a circle. Ugh. No, that's not my cum face, Kelly. Stop it. Dude, why am I disappearing? What is going on right now? If you're new here, this happens like every episode. Boom. What's up, turtle people? Oh, for fuck's sake. Give me that shit. Here. Stay in place, you stupid blue screen. Everything was fine 2 minutes ago. Ow, fucking shit. That fucking hurts. Oh, shit. I look like we're back to Lobster Turtle Boy. How'd this happen? Can't do a show like this. This actually fucking hurts. We're a little crazy today, a little bootleg. Hopefully that remains. We're good. It's fixed. We're good. We're good. All right. Why does the hat? It's a new hat. I got a new hat. I want to rock the new hat. Oh shit. Did I just lose copyright? Motherfucker. What just happened there? Oh, very critical. I gotta take a walk real quick. What the fuck happened now? This is a black hat. It's a black hat. Sorry you had to see that. But anyway, I need more potassium. Is that what you guys? I hate bananas. I hate potassium. Okay. So yeah, I had to charge my thing. Okay. So back to these clowns. This is a fun morning, huh? How about this for a bus stop live? I didn't know it was going to take this long, but it's like once you get started, you can't help it. I guess I can do this mic too, can I? Well, let me switch mics. Audio. Put the phone over here. I think we'd be good. By the way, quick thing here. I'm going to read Turtle Chat soon. So if you want your Turtle Chat read, click at the link at the bottom for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. I'm doing the Machado business model now, huh? Just like the more hours, the better on here. The more, because then, you keep the grift going. Then you get the advertising revenue. Then you get the extra members. Like this is what it's all. I should just go on YouTube all day. I'll make so much more money. I'm gonna do that all the time. We'll see. Anyway, back to this.
Okay, memories tend to fade. Evidence gets away. You know what I mean? You don't think this hasn't ruined that? Of course it has. And then you had people that were good people like me and Mikey that were up there just trying to go through the shit and keep it constant, but we had to get to attack. We were the bad guys. Don't go to their channel. LTL bad, Mike bad.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
What is this history?
Context on that.
Yeah, it hasn't stalled getting to the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. Of course it has. It's held up almost a year. And
so we're not getting to the truth of John O'Keefe because of the drama. That's what stopped getting truth, justice. Maybe you should subscribe to my girl Emily C's channel, or maybe you should follow Corey Hopkins or Kyle Sharkey or Suspicious Sauce, or I'm going to forget some big ones here. There are so many people out there who are staying on, or Boozy Beauty doing tremendous work. There are so many people out there right now who have not gotten into the drama, who have stayed focused and have done amazing work in continuing to do FOIAs. I don't know where those Julie Albert, Chris Albert, and Courtney Proctor interrogations video came from. Samantha B, another one. Does anyone know where those videos came from? Who did that? I don't even know who to thank for those. Somebody did. I didn't even know those interviews happened. I didn't even know they happened. Whoever did that is doing God's work. They were focused on, they gave us something all to watch. They're Turtle Boy now. They took the baton. I handed it off. I'm too busy with my own shit right now. I can't be doing that shit anymore. They did all that. Was that from the FOIA round find out thing? Is that from that? Grant Smith Ellis is out there doing real work right now. Real work. Rebecca Lavoie's out there doing real work. Right? Notice the Discovery 36. There we go. Also, I want to make an announcement. People misunderstood the offer. people misunderstood the offer of merch for Grant last night. Just to clarify, we aren't giving out free t-shirts if people inbox. We just offered something to Grant for Towel News, and that he likes promoting merch from other creators. We have a website store and YouTube store if you want to purchase. I did not. Yeah, that was just for Grant. Just Grant's the only one getting the freebies. So sorry. I just want to clear that up. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, this whole idea that like nothing, the search for justice for John O'Keefe has stopped. Not if you're following Boozy Beauty, not if you're following Samantha Benigno, not if you're following Kyle Sharkey, you know, not if you're following Emily C or Corey Hopkins. They haven't stopped. They've kept going. It's you guys that have stopped. Like you've gone all in on, and your guy there, you're on the channel with Randall. Who is the person who has benefited most from this? Who is the person who was like the Kane? Remember Kane with Jay Walsh? Oh, he was like, ooh, that's wrong. That's messed up, huh? What do you think about that? Ooh. It's like when Kramer had the Merv Griffin set in his house and he invited Jerry over and then ambushed her with the woman who Jerry was giving, who was basically drugging so that he could play with her toys. That it was like that. Like that's what JFK is. He was Kramer in the Merv Griffin episode. Ooh, what do you guys think of that? Oh, isn't that messed up that he said that? Oh yeah, like you're looking at the guy right now most responsible for fueling and egging on the drama that you guys dipped into. I dipped into it. I fell for it. Glare fell for it. We all did. But Glare lives for that shit. Like that's kind of his thing. That's not supposed to be my thing. Right. These guys, but other people stayed out of it and they just kept pushing for justice for John O'Keefe, and God bless him.
And what happens over time, you know, this JFK, memories tend to fade. Evidence gets away. You know what I mean? You don't think this hasn't ruined that? Of course it has. And then you had people that were good people like me and Mikey that were up there just trying to go through the shit and keep it constant, but we had to get to attack. We were the bad guys. Don't go to their channel. LTL bad, Mike bad. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're so
like,
good.
You're doing all right though, LTL, bro. You're a good dude, man.
Yeah, you're
what they say.
You're a great guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
Money making Mike's making all the money, man. He's buying dinner next time we all get up. That money.
Yeah, I'll buy you both dinner. I would love that. That would be the honor of my life.
I'll take you out.
Yeah. Let me pay for it.
Let me ask. So since I got you on, I'm just gonna throw questions at you guys. So you make a great point. What's been going on definitely is this flip flop. I hate Karen. I love Karen. This whole what did he do? The intervention of Karen Reed.
Yeah,
that was a fucking shit show. Holy shit! Welcome to the shit show. That was horrible.
No, and it was horrible.
It's like he kind of sided with the McAlberts.
No, what was horrible was the fact that Nick Rocco on November 20 whatever just shares a link to her fundraiser in the Justice Group in the most tone-deaf way possible. And without me saying a word, everyone revolted against Karen Reed and is like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm not supporting you anymore. I'm supporting Turtle Boy, who you are clear, like this whole recording gate thing that happened, and we don't like that. And Nick Rocco thought, hey, I'm just going to pretend like there is no issue. We're going to ignore that whole elephant in the room, and I'm just going to share this fundraiser. And then all of it was negative. All of the response was negative. So the intervention was me attempting to be real with Karen Reed. And everything I said on that stream has turned out to be true. Like, maybe don't make Nick Rocco your PR guy. How's that worked out? Huh? Yeah. Maybe don't align yourselves with these clowns. How'd that work out? Huh? How's the defense front? Did it work out? I don't think it did.
He helped them.
He helped them.
That's when they were raising their money, doing the campaign. She's getting swamped on money. Like he basically, that's what I thought. Like he is like self-defeating. It's like, dude, don't you recognize you're helping them raise money and it's going to.
Hold on 1 second. I have it plugged in right now, but the battery's going down and I'm down to 9%. So give me 1 minute. I got to go find the bigger charger and I'm going to charge this puppy up. Hold on 1 sec. Watch a video here. What can we watch here? What video can we watch? What's a good video? No Krusty. No Duckies. What can we watch? I have no idea what this one is. Top down, ride down, man. No, that used to be the outro. What about this one? Let's go. All right, let's do a quick walkthrough of the crowd, see how everyone's doing.
How you guys doing? What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I'll be right back. I just want to do a quick walkthrough just to get everyone here. I'll be right back. How's everybody feeling?
You're looking good, my man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Mister.
How's it going?
Look who I just bumped into.
Oh, I can't see.
Switzerland.
Oh, nice. This is the crowd out here today. How's everybody feeling? Good? 2 more hours. We can get a verdict today. We need a verdict today. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Man, look at this crowd, man. Look at this crowd, dude. Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Not guilty, right? Yes, yes. How's everybody? Awesome. Hold on. Look at this crowd, dude. Look at this shit. How's everybody doing? Spirits good?
Hey.
We feel good. Not guilty.
2 more hours for not guilty. We got about 2 more hours. Tommy, how we doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
2 more hours, right? How's everybody doing? Look at this crowd. This is awesome. How's everybody doing? Hello. How we doing over here? How's everybody feeling? All right? This is awesome. 2 more hours. Not guilty. Not guilty. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. How's it going? Look at this crowd. Wow. Hello. 2 more hours to get not guilty. I'm feeling it.
Any updates for us?
Nothing. I got nothing. I know what I'm saying. I got no insight. If I did, yeah. Hello. How's everybody doing? What's up, Brayden?
Please.
What's up?
I just got here. Can she take a picture
Yeah,
of you and I?
yeah. I'm just doing a quick walkthrough of the crowd.
All right.
I'm just trying to get everybody on film. I'm just going to walk. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk down here and back, and I'll get you on the way back, okay?
I'm right here with the
I just
dog.
want to get the whole presentation here. Hello. How's everybody feeling? 2 more hours. 2 more hours. We can do this.
2 more hours.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Not guilty.
You guys feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Not guilty. Come on.
Not guilty.
Come on. Come on. Come on. How are we feeling? Yes, she is. Hello. Not guilty, right? Here we go. We're feeling it. Awesome. Awesome. Here it is. Here it is. Couple more hours left in the day.
I'm a Microdots member.
Microdots. Awesome. Yes. Awesome. This is fantastic. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling the acquittal? Let's do it. Might as well do it today. So there we go. Awesome. 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 Woo. Yeah, we did it, Tommy. We did it. It was these guys. They did it.
Go against you. It's going to go against you. And that's exactly what's happened.
So let me ask you this, LTL. What is, after this hearing, you seen Betterow arguing this thing?
Oh.
Let's just say, I mean, one can only assume based on Massachusetts itself that none of this is getting dropped. It's going straight to trial or whatever the next status hearing, whatever it is. I don't know how it goes, right? But what do you think he should do as a person? If you was him and, you know, you're realizing that they're going forward, it's all gas, no brakes.
What would you do?
If you was in his position, or if you had any advice, do you have any advice? What would you say?
Yeah, let me take advice from these guys. Advice from BLT and Cryford, two of the who are just the most weak-willed beta men ever. Beta man LT, beta LT, bitch LT. We got a lot of good ones from him.
Said it a long time before, man. It's like, I just, like Mike was saying, like, where's his attorneys? Why are they not saying like, hey, you need to dial it back? You know, but you made a good point. We talked about this last night, Mikey. It's the money.
Why are his attorneys telling me not to dial back? Because here's a crazy concept. Because it's not illegal to do the things that I'm doing, and dialing it back, not stopping doing streams or whatever, would suggest that it's me admitting that like this is illegal. So I'm going to stop doing it. How about you just keep doing it because it's legal? How about that? And the idea is like, why are these lawyers not telling them? Because these guys think they're smarter than Betterow now. How about that? How about because Betterow understands the First Amendment and Bradel understands the First Amendment and they understand the statute and they understand that I'm not doing anything illegal and talking isn't illegal and doing a show isn't illegal. But boring LT is like, well, I would just stop. We know you would because you're weak, because you're not me. You could never be anything close to me. You tried to get close to me to help yourself, but you couldn't actually do the things that I do. Because that's literally what I'm fighting for. Exactly. I am fighting for my right to say things, to have opinions, and to say them on the internet. I am fighting for that right. That's literally the whole point of this. I'm like, well, why don't you just bend your knee to the government? Because I don't want to. Because that's not what this country was founded on. This country was not founded by weak men who bowed to the government. Nothing. And women, for that part. How do you think women got the right to vote? You think women got the right to vote because men felt like giving it to them? No. Women got the right to vote because they demanded it. Because they demanded it. Because they protested. Because they did outrageous shit. That's how they got it. That's how you get things in this country. You make noise about it. You protest the government. These guys don't know anything about history. They don't know anything about the law. They have no fault. They had nothing without me. They are nothing without me, as you've seen. And now all they can do is talk about me. And none of you guys would even know this happened last night unless I did it on my show and made fun of them. But I thought this was an important stream to do just because it gave me a chance to talk about the importance, because of a lot of the importance of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm kind of using them to, be the catalyst for this conversation, if you will. So go ahead.
Money, just let them talk, like it's the money. But for me,
money,
I don't know, man. I'd fucking look in the mirror and probably reevaluate my life a little bit and say, maybe I need a vacation here. Maybe I need a longer vacation than the one you just took, and reevaluate.
How do you even know I took a vacation if you don't follow me? He needs a vacation. I just took a week off, bro. And I can afford to do that. It's mentally good. But I'm back because this is my passion. This is what I love doing. Imagine these guys would have told Martin Luther King to just chill, bro. You're going to get in trouble, bro. It's not worth it. It's like, again, yeah, it's segregation, but like, it's not worth it, dude. Like, you're causing problems. You're going there and you're doing why you got to march across that bridge in Selma, bro? They don't want you doing that. Is that illegal to march across the bridge in Selma? I don't know. They say it's illegal. He's been charged for it. I don't know. I'd have to learn more about that, I guess. I don't know if that's illegal. But I don't know why Martin Luther King's lawyers aren't telling him to stop. He's really upsetting white people. Racist white people are real mad. They don't like him. Why does he have to upset them so much? He's just going to cause problems. And look what's happening. I told him to just chill. Why didn't he listen to me? Just chill. Just accept the fact that the government tramples on your rights and your civil liberties. Just not, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do that. That's what these people are saying. That's who they are at their core. Weak-willed excuses for men.
But it's like JFK, every good person that's been basically in his life, what has he done? X them out. He doesn't want to listen to it. I'm going to just do what I want to do, so it's like, who's in his ear now? And I thought,
so I love this one. Like, who's in his ear now? We were never tight, bro. You were never in my ear telling me anything. You were never a confidant, somebody I respected. You were never anything like that. I was nice to you because it was about unity in the movement. I never respected you, right? You respected me, as you should, but I did not have any respect for you. It was a one-way street. You followed me. You watched my shows. I didn't watch yours because you're not interesting. You don't matter. That's the reality of this relationship, BLT. And you're like, who's in his ear now? I got a lot of great people in my ear. I don't need anyone, but I got a lot of great people in my ear. A lot of people giving me really good advice. You have no idea who's helping me out behind the scenes. The spreadsheet of information that we have, which is now the Excel spreadsheet of all the episodes that Mary B and Mo Esquire have created, who are a million times more valuable to my cause than you will ever be, right? You will never be them. And, they're doing something, this crazy thing called being useful. They're going through episodes. They've set up this whole spreadsheet where it says the episode, the date, a link to it, and the relevant timestamps and quotes about what I said and how it shows my intent. That's what they've done for me. Those are the kind of people I have in my ear. And it's not just those two. They're two kind of like the leaders of the whole thing. And they've taken it upon themselves. But I'm seeing the names of other people in the spreadsheet. It shows who's been doing this. There's like a dozen or so people on there, more than that, who are putting this all together. Paralegals are doing it. We got a lot of people doing this. I got Olivia. I got Courtney. I got my attorneys. I have a machine behind me. Okay. I got black girls. Black girls love Turtle Boy. You might have heard that yesterday. Did you hear that? That woman yelled out on her way out. She's like, black girls love Turtle Boy. Because they do. Black girls, Hispanic girls, Asian girls, they all love me. Amen. They do too. You guys loved me. Until you didn't. Until you didn't. We have so many people. And these guys act like me losing them is like, oh, how will he ever survive? Dude, you don't matter. I never needed you. You needed me. It was a one-way relationship. Contrary to popular belief, not every relationship I'm in blows up at all. Personal or romantic. I didn't blow up with my ex-wife, who's with me for longer than anyone. I didn't blow up with Lauren Murray, right? The only people I have blow-ups with are crazy bitches. 5150. Legion do so. Krusty. Yeah, those blow up. Those bitches are crazy. They're not stable. Jen Altman's not stable. Look at her behavior. Nothing about her is normal. Nothing. So this idea that every relationship I'm within blows up is just what people say when they go crazy and there's no explanation for it. Right? And there's no explanation for it. So Will's texting me. What's he saying? Am I doing my Tuesday show tonight as usual? I am. If not, you want to do a petty with me on these idiots as a TB fundraiser? Ooh. Can we do one for Bus Stop Live tomorrow? How about we do that tomorrow? Tomorrow morning on my channel or yours. Doesn't matter where. It's going to be a Turtle Boy fundraiser. That can be, I will do that tomorrow, Will. I don't know if you're watching still. But I like that idea. Now that I'm having my valid truth journey about them, because this is really Will's thing. I don't really do the petty thing, but I don't feel like I'm being petty with them today. I don't feel like I'm being real with them right now. I have not made fun of them. I have not, I'm not, I'm just bringing up the facts here and what they are. So I say tomorrow, Will, can we do it tomorrow morning? Because I got to do my show tonight, and I really want to break down the Julie Albert, Chris Albert, and Courtney Proctor videos. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. And because I have thoughts about those. So can we do it tomorrow morning? That's my proposal. Can we do it tomorrow morning? That would be great. All right, let's play some more of this.
That he had a really good thing with Meredith. I felt like Meredith kind of leveled him out a little bit.
Wait.
I'm not gonna get in a personal relationship, but that's what I saw. I'm out and probably reevaluate my life a little bit and say, maybe I need a vacation here. Maybe I need a longer vacation than the one he just took and reevaluate. But it's like JFK, every good person that's been basically in his life, what has he done? X them out. He doesn't want to listen to it. I'm going to just do what I want to do. So it's like, who's in his ear now? And I thought that he had a really good thing with Meredith. I felt like Meredith kind of leveled him out a little bit when they were together.
Totally.
And I'm not going to get in a personal relationship, but that's what I saw.
That is what you saw. So Meredith was good for me. The woman who was actively monitoring me, who bought me an Apple Watch for Christmas that she hooked up to my phone and monitored my messages for 6 months, who hacked into my devices after we broke up, who did the most crazy shit ever, right? Who wanted to control me, who demanded to meet my kids, right? Who gave me deadlines about when they could reach them. You thought that was good for me? You know why you thought that was good for me? Because you don't know anything about relationships either. I don't even know if you've been in one. Because you get dumped by women and then cry about it on your show. Like the Lori Vallow chick, who's a very nice lady and very attractive too. But she dumped you. Okay? And so BLT is up here saying that you don't know anything. And that's the problem. Well, listen to what he said here. And this is a problem I want to...
I want to listen to it. I'm going to just do what I want to do, so it's like, who's in his ear now? And I thought that he had a really good thing with Meredith. I felt like Meredith kind of leveled him out a little bit when they were together.
Totally.
And I'm not going to get in a personal relationship, but that's what I saw.
That's what I saw. And that's the problem a lot of people have right there. I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. Okay. That's what I saw. That's the problem. Everybody, when I was with her, loved her. Why? Because what did they see publicly from her? They saw a woman who was by my side, right? Who had my back, who was supportive of me openly. C.F. McCarthy's. Some people thought there was a little too much. They were kind of onto something. But a lot of people saw a very supportive person because that's what you see. But that's not real. Okay. Obviously, things were happening behind the scenes that you guys didn't know about. And I was living in like mental hell. Okay. Being forced to, I demand to meet your kids by this date or else I'm done. You know, or I don't get to go to your mom's funeral. Fine. I'm going to shit on you all week. The week your fucking mother died. What do you think of that? Did you like the way she treated me on the week my mother died? Because she didn't get to go to the funeral and where my ex-wife would be, where my kids would be, where my father would be, where my 6 brothers and sisters and their spouses and their children and my nieces and nephews, where they would be. You didn't get to do a meet and greet at my mother's funeral. And so I'm a bad person for that. You think that's good? You think that's a healthy relationship to be in, BLT? Why? Why did you think that was healthy? And he says it right here.
That was my going to listen to it. I'm going to just do what I want to do.
This is
You know,
why
like,
he
so it's
thinks
like,
it's
who's in his ear now? And I thought that he had a really good thing with Meredith. I felt like Meredith kind of leveled him out a little bit when they were together.
Totally.
And I'm not going to get in a personal relationship, but that's what I saw.
That's what I saw. That sums it up right there. That's what I saw. That's what she wanted you to see, right? That's what I saw. That's not reality. That is not what was happening in the relationship. If you watch my Valid Truth journey, you would see that. And I showed you all the text messages from the week my mother died and her demanding to meet my kids and all this stuff that happened before hacking or anything like that. You saw all that. Okay? You saw all that. Or maybe you didn't. I don't know. But what you saw, because you're simple, he sees blonde girl following him around with the Amazon pantsuit on, supporting him, being by his side, bringing him waters in court. And he's like, that's great. Because that's what he thinks a relationship is. That's great. Because he's fake too. And there is, and people will always say, no, if I'm with her, you know why people liked her? And we're like, I love Meredith, all that. Because she supported me. That's why people liked her. Because people liked me. My supporters like me. All right. And they know I've been through a lot. I've been to jail and they wanted me to be happy. And they saw this person who it appears makes me happy based on outward appearances, right? It looks like she's making me happy. And to simple people like BLT, that's, oh, she's great. You know, and a lot of people were like, I support her. You know, that's great. She's good for you. Everybody told me they liked Meredith. Why? Because they viewed her as somebody supporting me and they liked that. Okay. But that's all it was. And I see it everywhere with people. Like I could have, you know, if you know, obviously I'm dating someone, right? I don't make her content. I don't talk her. I've never said her name here, never going to. It's not about that. I'll never do anything like that again, ever. Because it cheapens it all. And I don't want to hear from everybody messaging me and telling me, oh, this is a keeper, you know, all that shit. Because you don't know it. You see what you see. I am happy. I'm very happy. But you don't know it. It's like, it's not that, no, not everybody needs to know what's going on. Everybody's like, oh, Travis and Taylor, you guys are so happy together. How the fuck do you know? How do you know? You don't know what they're doing. You don't know if they really like, you don't know anything. But it's like, because people support you, because people support Taylor Swift, they're going to like Travis Kelce. What happens if they break up? All the Swifties are going to hate Travis Kelce. They're going to hate him. They only like him because he's dating Taylor Swift or he's married to her now. The only reason. The fuck is that? Is there a bird in my house? Hold on. All right, there's no bird. There's no bird in the house. It was outside. Okay, cool. So anyway, you know, and you know, I see a lot of people, like everybody's been in my chat, and I'm not talking about this, and I'm never going to because I don't care. But I see it in my chat all the time. People are like, Nurse Kim's engaged. Do you see Nurse Kim's engaged? You know, oh, it's great. It's wonderful. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't fucking know. None of my business. So I'm not going to say one way or another what I think of that because it's none of my business. And I don't know anything about it. Okay. I'll tell you, I think the only advice I've ever given her months ago was be careful. That's it. As one divorcee to another, one of my biggest regrets after getting divorced was immediately jumping into another relationship with someone and making it content on my show and making that person a character on my show. That's all. That was the entire advice I gave to her. I hope she's happy. I hope she lives happily ever after. Whatever, none of my business. None of my business. And I think it's weird when everyone is all of a sudden like, oh, we love Montante, this and that. No, you don't. You love her, which is fine. You don't love him. You don't know him. You don't know what the relationship's like. But you're like, and I see it happening. It was the same thing with Meredith when she came on. It was, oh, I love Meredith. Why? Why do you love Meredith? Because she's with me. That's why you love her. And it's the same thing. And I hope they work out. I hope it's nothing like me and Meredith. I hope they live happily ever after and they're swell. But that was the only advice I gave her is just as one divorcee to another, be careful. Be careful. I've been down. How could I not give that advice after what I've been through? Right? That's it. But I don't want to overstep boundaries. That's all I'm giving. I don't care anything else besides that. I'm not going to crap on her for that, but I'm also not going to celebrate it because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they are fucking soulmates. You know, maybe they were destined to be together and do a YouTube show and have Montante Mendez. Maybe that was what God wanted. That was God's fucking plan the whole time. And it is nothing like me and Meredith. That's great. That's an awesome thing. And I want people to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. So I'm not going to crap on her for that. I'm also not going to celebrate it because I don't know. I don't know anything about their relationship. It's none of my business. That's it. And I just see a lot of people who there's this culture that like when content creators get in a relationship and we announce it with someone, everybody has to like that person. And I think that's weird. And everyone has to be like, that's so great that you're in a relationship. Like everybody that was telling me that I'm so glad Meredith's around. That was really bad advice. Everyone who's told that to me was giving me really bad advice. Like, I'm so glad you have Meredith now. No, you shouldn't be. You should be like, I wish more people had told me like, I think you're moving too fast, bro. I got to be real with you. I don't think this is good. I think you need time to be by yourself. I think you need time to just, find yourself, as they say, to be alone, to transition into a new life in which you are single and navigating co-parenting. And I don't think you need to add one more thing to your life in order to complicate things. Right? That would be good advice, but nobody wants to give you that advice when you're in it because it's adversarial. Like they might take offense to it. It's what you don't want to hear. I didn't want to hear that. I'll be the first to admit I didn't want to hear that because it's true. So everybody just told me, oh, we love Meredith. Everybody told me that because you see her at court and you see her, she's great. And everybody compared her to Lindsay. She's so much better than Lindsay. Like that was the comparison. Right. And he's so happy with her, and she's supportive, and she's got her shit together and all this stuff. And it looked good on paper. And that's the problem with people like BLT is they are simple. They see what they see and they're like, that's great. How do you know it's great? So I'm not crapping on Nurse Kim, to be very clear. Maybe they are soulmates. I don't know. But I'm also not naive enough to be like, that's the greatest fucking thing ever. God, that's a really great idea. I'm not going to say that either because I don't know. It's none of my business. And it's weird, I think, how fans of people kind of think they know you and know what your relationships are like and know that like, this is really good for you. Yes, you should do this. I would just, it's weird. And that's why I will never make another woman part of the content on my show ever. Because I know you guys people will feel the need to be like, that's great. She's awesome. And I think she's great because everybody's just going to say that. And I don't need that. You know what I mean? I'd rather nobody know about it. That's what I like. I like somebody that is not looking for the camera and just wants to be there to support me. And that's it. Doesn't want to be content, doesn't want to be on video, doesn't want to go at it with Jill Daniels, nothing. So anyway, back to this.
That was my personal observation.
Me too.
And even when he just had good people in around him, nope, fuck you. Get out of my life. Go after them. Go after the job. Fuck this, fuck that. And, like Mike and I would pop up on a Sunday and do a fucking a fundraiser for him. $6,000, $7,000. That's free labor. He didn't even have to do anything. That's free labor, bro. If you want to look at it in a business sense, that's free labor. Mike and I would get up there and grind.
I got to take
free labor. Like, so I didn't ask you to do that. You did that because it was good for your brand too. Like, bro, what do you want? And I said, thank you. I don't know what else you want me to say. Yeah, you did. You did a fundraiser, or my supporters gave you $6,000 that went to me. That's it. Appreciate that. I don't need you. I can raise $80,000 in one day by myself. Well, I have guests on. I couldn't do it just by myself, but I have guests on. I couldn't do it without Machado. But on Machado, I wasn't raising anything. I think that's abundantly clear. I don't know if I could do it again without her now. We'll see. We'll see.
I got to take it up to 39,000 feet. Your man LTL is on fire. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, LTL is streaming right now, right? On his channel. I need everybody to go to the LTL channel right now. And I need you to give some memberships to LTL. Go ahead and light up all green.
At the grip.
I want us. Sure, for sure. Let's let it rain. We got another one LTL membership coming through. What the duck? Go ahead and match that energy. Let's go. Oh, we got a 1999. Match me. Let's go, young jerks. Karen D became a new member. I love it. I love it. Everything says starting to light.
This is like the welfare channel for BLT. Yo, give BLT some.
Get up right now. Let's go. Match the energy, folks. Since I got you here, right? LTL. Let me ask you this. Meredith got charged with wiretapping. How do you feel about that?
I know it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Why is it bullshit?
And like Mikey was saying, the restraining order didn't work, so then we had to dig in, take it fucking criminal. And
what are you talking about? On November 28th, she committed a crime by posting a video of an audio recording that she illegally intercepted on October 14th. Nobody made her do that. She chose to do that. She chose to show the world evidence that she committed a crime that was designed to hurt me. That's the difference between me and her with the recordings. Is my recording was not designed to hurt anyone. Hers was. And she shared it for the world to see. She chose to do that. The Holden police filed a criminal complaint on her because that was an easy one. Because she broke the law for the world to see. So the Holden police filed a criminal complaint on her, not me. They're the one. I was just a witness in this whole thing. They filed a criminal complaint with the judge, with the magistrate, not me. I was a witness. There's the victim, if you will. But that's it. Now, the restraining order came months later. That was initiated by her. That was by her. So this whole thing about he tried to get a restraining order and then that failed. And so he pursued criminal charges is wrong on two fronts. Number one, she pursued the restraining order, not me. Number two, the criminal thing was first months and months ago. Again, these guys don't know timelines. They don't know facts. It's not their thing. It's not their cup of tea.
Like, she's someone that never, she didn't have any trouble before this, right, Mike? She wasn't like a person that was in, she links on, here we go.
She didn't have any trouble before this. Her ex-boyfriend got a restraining order on her for doing the same exact shit. Does he really not know this, or is he a liar? He might not know that. I don't know. He might be that out of touch and ill-informed.
She's in trouble.
It's
You know?
insane, isn't it? It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And since I got you up here too, I heard that you were willing to fight DeGlera in a boxing ring.
Hey man, I got a boxing. No, we do it
That would
legal.
not end well.
He wants to call me. He wants to call me a pussy and call me pussy to my face. I told him I pay for his flight. I know Will's watching. Will, I'll pay for your flight. You can come up here. I'll even pay 1 day of your Airbnb. Come up here.
Can I fight you, BLT? Can we fight for charity for my defense fund? I would love to fight you. Can we please do that? I want to fight BLT. That'd be fun.
We'll do it legal. There's a boxing gym right down the street from my house. They know where I am.
Yes.
I got it all set up.
Let's do it.
You put 2,500 on the line. I put 2,500 on the line. Whoever loses, we donate the money to the Jimmy Fund. Right?
The Jimmy Fund? The Jimmy Fund. Okay.
God damn.
God damn, let's do it.
DeGlera, what are you doing, man? Come. You said LTL's all this shit. Come fight him.
Yeah.
You don't know what I
Legally.
do on my time off.
Legally.
Nah, I think LTL man's been hitting the mitts, bro.
Hell yeah. I'm betting on LTL. Definitely. I'm putting money on that.
Damn,
I'm going to be
LTL
his corner
fucking
man.
around.
I'm going to be his corner man. I'm loving this.
Can we do that? Except obviously the winner gets to pick their charity, and I would assume we'll pick the Turbo Boy Legal Defense Fund. So there you go. Will you do that, BLT? I would pay money I would love to see that. I think Will would win. I'm just saying. And if not, Will, can I do it? Can I beat you up? I would love to do that. I would love to fight you. Can we please do that for charity, please?
We got to do it for
Show of
charity.
5 young jerks.
Thank you.
I'll put
Yeah.
2,500 up.
Thank you,
I'll put 2,500 up. And I don't know. Maybe I get my ass kicked, but you know what? We do it like men, because that's what we used to do back in the day. I went out to Utah for a summer when I was a teenager, and I went into the community out there. When they had beefs, you know what they did, JFK? They put the gloves on and went in the backyard. They beefed it out, and then when someone
He's street now in Utah. What is happening right now? All of a sudden, so JFK's from the streets of Lynn, and he's from the streets of Utah. And back in the olden days, when men were men, and big tough guy here, BLT, he got in a lot of street fights. He didn't talk that smack online. He just put the gloves on right away. Is this guy for real?
went down or whatever was over, they shook hands and they walked away and they were men. That's it.
And look at Cryford. Cryford can't wait to talk about wrestling. I was a wrestler. I will fight any of them. Cryford's just like, I can't wait to make this about me somehow and talk about my wrestling days.
I'm a little sore today, too. I got to say, because I started working out again. I haven't worked out in a while. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to get back into working out. And I'm doing my push-ups. I need to get jacked again. I do. I'm getting older and it's starting, so I'm a little bit sore. I might be touching my chest and my arms a little bit.
He can't wait to chime in with that.
People are saying they'll pay to see that.
We could raise a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Karen Reed fundraiser for you. LTL versus Galera.
Lip.
I mean, and it takes
all the time. We'll
Yeah,
find
it
out.
takes-
Come here. I'll pay your trip. Come here and find out how much.
trip.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's go. I'll pay your flight.
Donnie Not Wahlberg with one
Yeah.
LTL membership. I love to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let me ask you some more questions, man. I seen that you were covering LTL. You bounce around like myself. I seen you covering the Nolan Wells case.
Oh God.
How do you feel about that? You think there's corruption involved? Do you know enough? What do you?
Just like,
Yeah.
forget the podcast for now. We got freaking Matt Damon. He's Matt. I mean, this is
What?
Oh, I got to hear more about it.
So let me ask you this, Mike. So Karen Reed is not really saying anything lately. She created a channel. Do you think that her channel is somewhat like in the limbo state by design, or is it because she doesn't want to deal with the culture, aka the cult?
maybe some of that, but I also think
Not deal with the cult. If Karen Reed started a channel and put out content, people would watch it. The reason that it never launched is because she put Nick Rocco in charge. That was the problem.
from what I've heard, that she wanted to get like a bigger podcast distribution deal, and maybe it was, that stuff takes time. Where I think if she had just launched it right away, she probably could have gotten that deal. So I think maybe there was some of that, and maybe some perfectionism. But I also think the news about this Matt Damon, this movie, Nick Rocco finally posted. He hasn't been posting lately. Nick Rocco kind of confirmed that Karen is probably working on this Matt Damon movie.
That Nick Rocco confirmed that Karen Reed's on the Matt Damon, but Nick Rocco has insisted he's not Karen Reed's spokesperson, right? What did you just say?
So some of that, and maybe some perfectionism. But I also think the news about this Matt Damon, this movie, Nick Rocco finally posted. He hasn't been posting lately. Nick Rocco kind of confirmed that Karen is probably working on this Matt Damon movie. So that
So Nick Rocco confirmed that Karen Reed's working. So, but I thought he wasn't her spokesperson. Can these guys get anything straight?
That's probably her focus right now. It could be just like, forget the podcast for now. We got freaking Matt Damon. He's Matt. I mean, this is the guy, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. You couldn't ask for, I think it's better than Wahlberg. I mean, Wahlberg is like they're A+. Like, it's just like for local and being real and realistic and respected and storytellers. These guys
Well,
are storytellers.
they did the show Matt Damon. They did City on a Hill.
Yeah.
With Kevin Bacon. They had that show. It ran for 2 seasons. City on a Hill. That was a great show with Kevin Bacon being a cop. He was basically John Mulligan. Like they were coming from that space of time in 1993. Yeah, he was basically
corrupt cop.
Yeah, a corrupt cop. Like it was from that space of time, 93. So it had like, a great show though. So we'll see. How do you feel about that? You think that's what's going on LTL behind the scenes? And do you think, and I got a better question for LTL. Do you think that the family, Karen Reed's family, is seeing all this flip-flopping by these people who once supported Karen?
They know.
Wow. They know. And,
They know.
Yeah, that's wild.
They know. Because he speaks for Karen Reed's family. They know. Yeah, I'm sure Bill Reed's very upset. Bill Reed came on one of the fundraisers and left after 2 seconds because James Jackson asked him about the chain. And he was clearly on something and not in the right state of mind. And so he dipped. So he knows. He knows. And unlike them, I've had many conversations with Bill Reed. Great guy. He said very nice things about me at the Karen Reed fundraiser. Singled me out to talk, not you, not Cryford, me. Right? So that's what the family thinks of me. Not that it matters what they think of me. I don't care. But that is a fact. And this idea that like the Reed family, they don't like Turtle Boy anymore. Says who? You don't speak for them. Stop talking about them.
They see everything.
So how do you think, both you guys, with this, and I'll ask you first, LTO, what do you guys feel about the case? Do you think that they're going to go through with the defamation case on Karen, or do you think they're going to drop it and just go for TB?
I don't know. I just think that they couldn't get her criminally, so they're going to do every single thing they can to try to civilly get her wrapped up in something. What? Honestly, I'm not really schooled in civil. It's a lot of, it seems like a lot of work. I think it's going to take a long time. Usually these things do. And who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know.
You don't know. You don't know much. You don't.
So the question was about the civil or the criminal? Say that again.
The civil case, the defamation on the civil, right? The defamation version of it. There's so many. She got like 4 different lawsuits or something silly.
Right.
Well, the defamation case that they're going after both Karen and TB. Do you think they're going to drop it on her and keep it on TB because she's trying to fight to get it dismissed?
Yeah, I don't think anybody is getting anything dismissed, whether it's Turtle Boy on the criminal, Karen in the civil, or the McCabe's and the Alberts on the civil, defense that they're doing in the federal. Like, so that's the weird thing. I can't remember which lawyer. I don't know if it was Nan or Andrew or somebody else, but I had a lawyer come on to talk about this stuff. And one of the things I thought was interesting is they said you could even have mixed results. You could have like the McAlberts win their case on the federal, and then have Karen win somewhere else. It could be like, we don't know. This is what's so wild with so many courtrooms. They may not be.
Really insightful stuff.
Weird. So who knows? I don't think anything's getting dismissed though. I don't think anybody's getting their shit dismissed right now.
Okay.
Well, you know what's crazy? And I'll swing this to LTL, and I'm going to go into a little segment, right? But
okay.
You know what's crazy that I found out?
What's crazy? What's
LTL? You're no longer on the bottom of the line. You made me and you. Did you notice the bunnies?
We leveled up.
We're on the line now.
We leveled up.
Oh no, you're trash. You said you're trash.
I'm so trash. What am I gonna do, Jess? What am I gonna do? I gotta be with my guys.
Yeah, it's right on the Verizon chart. Yeah. Which I didn't even know about till she came on my fundraiser. I'm like, I think so. You just have a thing where you say we like some people and we don't like other people, and that's a thing. So you like who I like, and here's who we like this week, and here's who we don't like this week. But it's not a cult. It's not a cult, and I'm not telling you how to think. But we like them now, and we don't like this person now. But I'm the victim. When people talk about me, I'm a victim. But I literally have an entire thing called the Verizon chart where we say some people are good and some people are bad. Right. But then BLT's good now. So you got that going for him.
We're all together. Come on.
JFK, here's the thing.
I got to take it to the drive-through real quick, people. I got to take it to the drive-through. Hold on.
Okay. So anyway, I think that's enough Hood Booger Talk Radio for today. All right. So let me read some turtle chats if we have any. Refresh this joint. Yeah, let me bang through these. Ruth sends $10, goes, listen, Turtle Boy. Hold on, I gotta pop up there. Listen, Turtle Boy, you've got mad support here in St. Louis. Nice. If deceiving a grand jury to indict an innocent, I'll be making a trip halfway across the country to stand proud in my support. Green shirt and huge sign. Turtle Boy was right. Free Turtle Boy. Keep up the fight, my friend. Well, I look forward to meeting you, Ruth from St. Louis, and I appreciate the support. Laura sends $10, goes, we are all with you, Turtle Boy. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Laura. I appreciate that. Hold My Halo Jackson sends $10, goes, a couple bucks to say F you to the people cheering on corruption and trying to shut down our speech and your freedom. Yeah, well, it's not going to end the way they think it's going to end, dear. So thank you so much. Kyle sends $25, goes, I am torn. Your case should never have come up. It should be thrown out with all the prejudice, though I really want to see the monsters laid bare for the world to see. Well, I had the same exact opinion about Karen Reed going to trial. I didn't want to see her to go to trial because I felt bad for her and I thought it was wrong, but I kind of wanted to see it because it was so entertaining. And then I said that part out loud and I got indicted. And they said that was my intent of trying to, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Sonia sends $10, goes, Randall is stuck in the 90s. He's a wigger. I can say that. I'm Irish. I'm a black of Europe. Okay. I don't know if that's how it works, but you know why you can say wigger? Because it's a free country. That's why you can say wigger. You're allowed to say whatever words you want to say in a free country. It's not illegal. You don't get canceled for it. It's okay. You can say wigger. They're wiggers. That's it. Hood Booger Talk Radio is what it is. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. And you're not going to police language. You can say whatever word you want, and you don't have to justify that by being like, I can say this because I'm Irish. No, you can say it because you're free. That's why you could say it. So thank you very much. So thank you very much for that one, Sonia. Next. Let's see. Kyle sends $25 and says the same exact thing he said before. So thank you. Jeannie sends $5 and goes, did you see the clip of the newest chat rat home slice having a keg party in your kitchen while you were gone? Glad it's cleaned up. Too funny. I did see that. And that was very funny. Thank you. That Lisa sends $10, goes, on the BLT circular argument, you can even roll that back a step. Even if Chris Maddie wasn't gay, the investigation was trash and everything Dr. Daddy did was literally screaming for the state police to do better. Exactly. Petitioning the government. John O'Keefe deserved better and Turtle Boy was right. Thank you. Alyssa sends $10, goes, you look like my papa in those glasses. Thank you for fighting for free speech, Turtle Boy, and uncovering corruption in the Commonwealth. Well, thank you very much, Alyssa. Mia Sweetcake sends $10, goes, thanks for a great coffee with Turtle Tuesday. Love you, Dr. Daddy. Free the turtle. Thank you so much. Kim is Ladybug Robinson sends $10, goes, please send good vibes and prayers for me. I'm having a left para-aortic lymph nodes biopsy. Oh, geez, Kim, sorry. On July 23rd, my anxiety is through the roof with worry. Free Turtle Boy. Thank you. Kim is Ladybug. You're going to be fine. I promise you, Kim. I promise you. We're with you. You have our full support in 2 days. And I understand that's scary, but God is with you. Turtle Boy's with you. We're all with you. So there you go. Thank you very much for that one. Let me read some cash apps if we have them. Tom DeRozier sends $5 and goes, where were these guys? They are no shows. Yeah, I didn't really see them in court that much. Jenny sends $5, goes, loving sunglasses, Daddy. Maddie is gay. Yes, he is. And I'm glad you like the Randall sunglasses. I like them a lot. Cool. I was Randall for Halloween. It's a big hit. So thank you. Some membership stuff here. Freer Unk says Dina. What's up, Dina? We love you, girl. Fairy Raven says love and support for Ireland. That's all. Thank you very much. Moonbean is a new YouTube member. Welcome aboard. Sharon Thompson is also a new YouTube member. Enjoy your stay. Kath Booth says Turtle Boy was right. Member for 1 month. Thank you, dear. Bless Mom from Texas says, hey, handsome, nice glasses. Free Turtle Boy. Thank you, Bless Mom from Texas. Kyle gave out 5 Turtle Boy memberships. Congrats to the winners. Thank you, Kyle. Jenny Lulu says, listen, Turtle, those shades look awesome on you. Well, thank you. You could thank Randall. Nurse MT is a new YouTube member. Welcome aboard. The other Mary B member for 9 months says, Randall would have to give McDonough. I gave McDonough to Dildo. So he is now property of Dildo. There you go. C-Dubs is a YouTube member. Thank you, C-Dubs. Free the Turtle from San Diego. Thank you very much, says For the Kids 531. So anyway, this is the longest Bus Stop Live I've done in quite some time. And I'm going to go get started with the rest of my day. Luckily, it's not that hot out today or anything like that. But, is Nurse Kim here? Yeah, I mean, I do wish her the best. I truly meant that, you know. I wish everyone the best. Wish everyone the best. So, you know, if she's, again, I've said everything I've said, so you can go replay that if you want. That's all I have to say about that. So anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And, you know, thanks for the support. And don't forget to brush your teeth. All right. PC Bum Cruise. Outie. See you.
Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Pressure build, detonate, tick, boom. Too late now, can't moderate, tick, boom. Just give me flash, let's go. Everybody talking, nobody compose. You should've just let me be, but nah, you knew what I do. Who I am, you know who I am. Tick, tick, tick. Robbing and weaving where you telegraph hate. Flash bows pop every time I breathe. Whole world watching, enjoy no front row seats. Say my name, watch the algorithm screen. Turtle boy! You drama sales on the fumes on my pike tails. Free clickbait for all the mirror ultimate. Bum for town clownies. Better all town clownies in the cheap seats. I built this house, you built noise, I built proof. Woo. Time to raise this roof. Time to expose the hard truth. Now the spotlight stuck on you. Oh, po baby boo. Tick, 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 boom. Truth hit the wrong. Stand clear. Tick, boom. Funny now, they fear. Tick, boom. Flash bulbs, no escape. Tick,